Yes, hello, good afternoon and welcome to Leichhardt Oval for the grand final of the PlayStation 4 National Premier League's New South Wales men's between APIA Leichhardt and Manly United. A beautiful afternoon here at Leichhardt. Sun is shining for what is our special day and a big crowd is coming in. And it is a special afternoon, but also a sombre one. Of course, you will remember in 2016, Mike Cockrell welcomed us from this very spot to the broadcast. Sadly, he passed away in recent days, but Football New South Wales do honour him on our big day. We pay our respects to Mike Cockrell.
Yes, hello and welcome to the SFS. Just first of all, isn't it fantastic to be here? Isn't it a wonderful occasion? Why can't the A-League ultimately, match any European league in terms of its reach and its audience and the quality of its coverage? There's no reason why it can't. Yeah, mate, I can. Well, you're not laughing, but I can still hear you. Well, as someone who's been lucky enough to be around the broadcasting this game for the best part of 25 years, I remember what the old days were like. And, we're only just starting out on a long, long journey. You've got to build this product bit by bit.
Takes Clark one way and then the other. Squares it up, the shot! Sydney draw first blood in the grand final. Fernandez, that was moving. What a goal, Carl Fernandez! What an unbelievable strike! Boland! Fantastic! A goal worthy of winning any game. Chance here for Valeri. Incredible! Doesn't score too many.
Not with his favourite foot. Oh, and does that look like a 9?
Mike Cockrell's giving it a G rating. It's a G.
That's a 9.
How are you a journalist? You can't even write.
That'll help. Words are not numbers.
Oh dear, oh dear. All right.
And I can tell you, everyone here is absolutely over the moon with this result. It means so much to Tasmanian football. Adelaide United have one foot in the promised land. Well, this is one of those nights when you can say you were there. You were there when Western Sydney Wanderers defied the odds. It's been a wonderful, fantastic journey. Great friends, great experiences, great stories. Then there was Johnny Warren. He taught me a vision for the game. John Cosmina taught me how to see the actual game. Cosy has remained one of my great mates, as has Andy Harper, who's given me the honour of being the godfather to his son. Harps and I both wish Johnny was still with us. I think back at some of the moments that I had in all those, 30-odd years of being in Montevideo and just almost having a breakdown full time, just going to myself, is it ever going to change, And then you look forward and you go, wow, finally it's happening. Bresciano triggered away from the first man, Kennedy! Super sub, Josh Kennedy! Maybe the goal to send Australia to the World Cup!
This guy is the best Australian midfielder we've ever seen in the A-League, Aaron Moy, and he's got an amazing player on the end of things. I'm making it.
It's Moy over the dead ball for Melbourne City. He goes for goal. Fantastic, Aaron Moy.
I talked about the foreigners at the start of the show. I think they've got potentially the best one in the league in Diego Castro. Incredibly exciting talent.
He's looking for Castro. What a wonderful goal from Diego Castro.
Mike Cockrell getting it right before anyone else knew.
Yes, well, welcome to Leichhardt Oval on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. There you see players from APIA and Manly arriving at the ground, and they have had a long wait here before making a grand final again. APIA, they've waited 14 years to get back on the big stage. It's been a 22-year wait for Manly. The last time either of these sides were crowned champions. The drought will end for one of them this afternoon. APIA have swept all before them. Manly have won 10 of their last 11 matches. Only APIA halting that winning run in recent times. So the stage is set. We are almost there. There'll be some big nervous players amongst them on this big stage. Let's hear from the coaches and players now. They spoke to Matt Kennellan a little earlier.
Yeah, so we're here with the Manly United coach and captain ahead of the big day. Warren, how are you going to win this game?
Yeah, we've got a plan. I'm not going to tell you how we're going to win it, but we're definitely pumped for the game, really looking forward to it.
And how's the preparation been during the week? Obviously, you had a tough game last time out.
Yeah, it's a tough game, but we've trained for that all year. Our boys are prepped. We've had a fantastic week in terms of the preparation with our training sessions, and it counts here now, so we're very looking forward to it.
And how did you find the mood? You've just come off the bus, the boys pumped up, ready to go?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's nice just to get here as a collective. We've done the away trips before where it's carpooled, and just to get together nice and early, that's just another way to get the boys ready for the game.
And Jamie, Coach on the truth, everyone's ready to go?
Yeah, most definitely. Positive vibe in the camp, and everyone's excited for the day.
What about, obviously the tough game in the semi-final. How have the boys recovered from that and worked towards this one?
Yeah, everyone's fit and good to go. It was obviously a lower training session on the Monday, but Wednesday and Friday was business as usual. So yeah, we're good to go today. Everyone's fit.
And as the skipper, what are your choice words in the lead up to this game? How are you getting everyone motivated, or do you just sort of let them look after themselves? Yeah,
I'll let them look after themselves, mate. I just got to emphasise to enjoy the day. These days don't come around, every year. And if we enjoy the day and do the game plan that the boss requires us to do, I think we'll come out victors today.
And obviously APIA premiers and the form team this season. What's your plan for knocking them over?
Look, mate, I think it's just going to be whoever defends the best today is going to lift the trophy in the air. Both very attacking teams, so whoever can hold out the most goals will definitely take home the trophy today.
Best of luck today.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Got players ahead of him. Pandurovic going to go on his own though. Taneski, he's got some room to move. Nikola Taneski! What a strike that is! Oh, it's something special. Have a lot of support. He's going to have to go on his own. He's still there in the area. Cox! Oh, what a goal! Control. He's got support. Boy's going to go on his own though. Danny Choi! He has a second goal. Come up with a spectacular. Here is Chalakian! Nikas with it. Oh, Nikas is going to try something! Oh, Paddy Nikas! He has done it again!
Malia, he has a shot to left-hand shot, indeed, it's a goal! What a wonderful strike. Mitch Malia, what an absolute beauty.
With it. Jurasevsky. Nice skill from Jurasevsky! 34, here's Jurasevsky. Oh, it's hit the crossbar. Still there again, Taxis! Oh, expected.
Referee allows play on. And now Nikas has a shot from range. Don't kill What in the world? What in the world have we just witnessed?
Yeah, thanks, Adam. We're with David Dupuzzo and Daniel Cummins from APIA Leichhardt. Davey, big week of training. How are the boys feeling?
Yeah, everyone's excited. You know, it's our first grand final appearance in a number of years, and so everyone's looking forward to the game today.
Obviously, you guys were the premiers and the form team in the competition. Do you think that brings with it a little bit of extra pressure to get the job done today?
Yeah, finishing first, you've always got a target on your back. So, you know, there is a bit of pressure, but I think both teams will have pressure today. It's a grand final, so it's, you know, anything can happen today.
It's a team of young tyros with a couple of experienced heads. You're one of those experienced heads. How are you using that extra experience today with some of the younger guys?
Well, just trying to keep everyone calm, you know. it isn't just another game. You know, yeah, it's a grand final, but everyone needs to approach it the same way they approach every other week, and that sort of preparation has gotten us here. So if we change things today, things can go wrong. So I think it's same as always, and hope for the best.
And DC, like we said before, premiers and the form team in the comp, but Manly are going to be a tough opponent today.
Yeah, look, Manly are going to be a very tough opponent. I think they've got quality all over the park, and you know they showed that in the tough season, the last 4 or 5 games of the season. They've done really well, and make no mistake, they've deserved to get in this grand final. They've taken Rockdale, they've taken Blacktown, so they're a form team coming in.
And so where do you think this game's going to be won and lost today?
Look, I think grand finals are won with defence. You know, I think their front four is dangerous. I don't think there's been enough credit to our boys for the 18 goals they conceded this year. There's a lot of talk about us going forward, but really the defence will win today in either side.
All right, best of luck today.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
APIA Leichhardt Tigers and Manly United go head-to-head in the PlayStation 4 National Premier League's New South Wales Men's Grand Final. It's been a crazy road to the finals for both teams, and let's take a minute to see how they got there. It was round 22 and APIA Leichhardt Tigers needed a win or a draw against Rockdale to secure the premiership from bitter rivals Blacktown City. Rockdale gave them an early scare.
Taken, it's worked in, beautiful! And Rockdale have scored the first!
But APIA did it the hard way through a Jordan Murray penalty.
Now, he moves in, Murray left it in! And it's 1-1!
APIA were crowned premiers, firmly sticking targets on their backs. Favourites to underdogs, Manly United were not tipped to progress far in the finals, but no one told the Young Eagles that. They went up against Sydney Olympic in week 1, putting on a dominant display, generating buzz for the Blacktown-sized roadblock that lay ahead. Defeated by Rockdale, Blacktown City found themselves fighting for survival in week 2 against Manly. United had endured a season of injuries, however their best had returned when they needed them most.
Settle things, Matsura. Oh, it's opened up. Chance for McAllister! It's 1-0 to Manly!
McAllister in top form, and Marco Sema silencing any Manly doubters. United became the giant killers, having dealt with the Blacktown City threat. APIA showed no signs of cobwebs after the week off, and faced Rockdale for the second time in a fortnight. The Tigers were relentless, putting on 5 goals, thanks to a Sean Simmons masterclass.
Perhaps a second for APIA. Can you find the service? It's a great ball in! Oh, they have the second! And it's Jordan Murray!
APIA secured their place in the big dance with ease. Rockdale licked their wounds, while a red-hot Manly waited. It was a semi-final blockbuster at Kramer Park. A seesawing affair saw Manly ahead with a minute to go. However, Alec Urasevsky pounced for the second time that match to put it into extra time.
Seni to the far post. Hoist the players! Oh, it's there! They have done it! And it's that man again! Alec Urasevsky makes it 2-2!
The gas running empty, neither team could take the advantage, and penalties would have to decide the game. It was a tale of 2 keepers. Socceroo veteran Ante Kovic up against Manly stalwart Dylan Mitchell. Mitchell managed to pull off 2 great saves.
For Rockdale, here's Kostanovsky, it's saved! Manly are in the grand final! They have done it! They've been made to work! But they will go to Leichhardt next weekend!
That sent his team to Leichhardt Oval to face APIA for a chance to be crowned PlayStation 4 National Premier League New South Wales Men's champions.
Walking Football is a new initiative designed to keep people over 50 active and involved in the game. We're rolling out a pilot program in 4 areas in north, south, east and west of Sydney. We have over 6,000 registered players over the age of 50 playing football within New South Wales. And we know that there's a desire from them to continue to play, and it's important for them to continue to be active.
There's no reason why we shouldn't take a modified approach to making sure as people get a little bit older in life that they can still access all of the fantastic things that sport offers. This is about providing opportunities to people so they can live their life to the fullest in their local communities and get all of the benefits that sport offers them.
Somebody my age has, I suppose they're varying restrictions. I have restrictions on time. I'm a very, very, very busy person. I've arthritic knees, both knees, so I need to be careful about the sort of stress that I put on them, but I need to stay healthy. So it's really important for me to keep my health up, and I'm really looking forward to be part of a team within my capabilities.
The key difference between walking football and other forms of football is obviously you have to walk, which means you need to keep one foot on the ground at all times. We have smaller size pitches and shorter games and smaller numbers of teams, but it really does keep the beautiful attributes of football alive: scoring goals, passing, and really the team camaraderie.
Social benefits will be enormous. The amount of people who have played when they were younger, maybe have stopped for whatever reason, but they're still taking their children or their grandchildren to football games, to know that they can be involved and still be part of a team, still get a win or a loss or a draw, and enjoy themselves afterwards. Quick games, get your physical activity, get your social side of things, stay healthier, for longer, and hopefully be that person who's played football since he was 5, until he was 85.
The advantage of walking football will allow people over the age of 50 to play a modified form of the game that will allow them to keep involved. We know people love to play football and they want to keep playing football, and this will give them the opportunity to do that.
Yes, hello, welcome back to Leichhardt Oval here in Sydney's inner west. A glorious Sunday afternoon here at Leichhardt, and the crowd is building nicely. Sun is shining and they are starting to make some noise. APIA Leichhardt and Manly United, and as I mentioned in my opener, it has been a long wait for both. 14 years for APIA, Manly 22 to get back on the grand final stage. They'll hope to end that drought and lift the championship high in around about 90 minutes time. Adam Santarossa here with you to bring you all the action. Should be a special day today. As we mentioned, both sides in pretty impressive form. APIA have been absolutely destructive coming in, while Manly, they are on some winning run. 10 from their last 11, only APIA are stopping them on that run. So the stage is set nicely. We are building to what should be a spectacular game. And joining me in commentary this afternoon is Tony Tanous.
Yeah, Adam, really excited to be here for this great occasion. We've had a beautiful day here in Sydney. We've had the under-18s and 20s prior to the first grade kickoff, and just really looking forward to this game. I think we've got the best team of the season in APIA. They've been terrific right throughout the season, and Manly on this run, so the second half of the season has been so exciting for them. As you said, 10 wins out of the last 11 games, and really, that round 20 game was probably a red card for Chalaki, and if it wasn't for that, that they might have even extended that run. So two teams in great form. Really looking forward to this, Adam.
Yeah, it should be a spectacular affair. Let's look at the teams now. Firstly, with APIA Leichhardt, and of course they've been on some winning run, as I mentioned, and not too many changes for them. Sean O'Connell is a late withdrawal with sickness, and Dominic Cox, who is on the bench, takes O'Connell's place and his number 7 jersey on the bench. He had a late dash back to the eastern suburbs of Sydney, forgot his boots for today, so perhaps not the ideal preparation. But Tony, how do you see APIA lining up today?
Yeah, look, it's pretty much their first choice 11, I would say. Daniel Cummins has really named his strongest side as far as the starters are concerned. They'll play their 4-4-2, very strong in the wide areas, and we'll see that throughout the game, especially Sean Simmons on the left. He's been in terrific form throughout the season. So, that battle between him, Kieran Paul, will be outstanding. But a very solid side, and very excited to see how they turn up on the big day.
All right, time now to look at Manly United's side. We mentioned the wait for them. 22 years, last in a grand final in 1995, of course, going to penalties to defeat Rockdale last weekend, and they've pretty much stayed firm to the side that did the job on that occasion.
Yeah, this has again been the first choice 11 for Warren Grieve throughout the finals, and again, it's a 4-2-3-1 formation for them, very solid in the midfield. Sasha Makura, who we'll touch upon obviously throughout the coverage. This is his 4th consecutive grand final, so a lot of experience there, but also the experience up front. Dylan McAllister's been in outstanding form.
Yeah, McAllister, 2 goals in 2 games. He's been well and truly, he's a veteran, but he's getting the job done on the big stage. And I guess the stage is set, the clock is ticking towards kickoff. And Tony, how do you see this one going this afternoon?
Yeah, look, I think it just has the makings of an absolute great grand final. You know, APIA have obviously been the strongest team throughout the year. Their goal scoring record is phenomenal this season. You know, the fact that they've been able to score 55 goals, only concede 18, tells you that they're really strong in both areas, in attack and defence. But you know, Manly, you know, they're not to be shied against. I think that their goal scoring record is 53 goals for this year, so that shows you where their potency is. I think the real key is their defence, though. So, you know, they've conceded twice as many goals as APIA, 39 for Manly, compared to APIA's 18. But if they can hold APIA out, they have the potency and they have a lot of quality off the bench as well.
Yeah, of course, both sides really attacking-minded. We mentioned the 2 most attacking sides in this competition, despite the fact Manly finished 4th. APIA, of course, claiming the premiership and top of the table. So expect goals this afternoon. We always say that, and it tends to be a cagey affair in finals. We hope we see some goals today.
Yeah, look, I think, you know, certainly one of the things we've seen is, from a Manly perspective, they have so much quality to come off the bench from about the 50, 70-minute mark. You know, you can bring on the likes of Nikola Taneski, and we'll see him come on the bench, and also Marco Sama. For APIA, so much potency. We've seen Jordan Murray have a really, you know, I would call it a breakout season for him. You know, 13 goals. He's just been terrific in that front third. But Sean Simons on that left has been, you know, unbelievable, both in terms of his goals, and I think he's hit the double figures as well. But apart from that, his assists. So you look at Tetsuya Sakia as well, who's just behind Jordan Murray, and there's just so much potency in the front third. It just, you know, whets the appetite. But having said that, the defences have been pretty solid for both sides, so they're going to have to really move that ball around quick, you know, to break down these defences.
How have you seen the build-up? Of course, we saw APIA a 5-0 win over Rockdale to book their place here. They did lose, though, in their last time out in the FFA Cup round of 16 to Blacktown City FC by 3-1. So not ideal preparations. We also have to factor in the last 3 weeks, they've had 2 weeks off, obviously courtesy of topping the table, claiming the premiership. They earn a week off for the first week of the finals, and then a week's break between the grand final and that win over Rockdale, although they did play Blacktown. So disrupted a little bit. Is that a concern today?
Yeah, look, obviously I think that's certainly a factor coming into it, and you know, Daniel Cummins and also David DePuzzo have really addressed that in the build-up to the game, and they've said that, you know, for them it's really been the niggles that have been building up around that FFA Cup game. That was only a few days after their 5-0 win over Rockdale. And so having so many niggles, the actual opportunity to have a week off has given them a chance to refresh. They've been on this paddock twice, I believe, in the build-up to this game. So they've been here, you know, trying to get used to the pitch and the conditions. And I think that will really help them. You know, just excited to see whether they can switch on mentally. We saw in the Waratah Cup final, they struggled. And I think they played the game before the first big occasion that they were in. Today, they come to it, and I think really they're focused on going through those processes and blocking out those outside pressures. That's been all the talk, and I think that's the big thing for APIA.
All right, well, the stage is almost set. Clock winding down to kick off. Both sides in pretty good form, hoping for a big game. The preview will continue. We'll go to a break now, and when we return, kick off on the other side.
Vekic sorting out his wall, just making a slight adjustment. He's covering that side where Yunus scored a fortnight ago. Don't rule out Diaz. He does leave it for Yunus though. Robbie Yunus! Oh, he's done it again! Showing all of his class. A special free kick from Robbie Yunus, who scores goals for fun. And it's a priceless one on grand final day for Bonnyrigg. They lead 1-0.
Well, I mentioned he's a big game player. It's been the theme of the day, and well, grand finals are made for Robbie Yunus. He scored in 2013, and he scored on the last day this season as well. And well, hasn't he come to life come finals time? He was challenged all season. He was left on the bench for a large part of it. And what a response! And well, I think that's what Bonnyrigg deserved. To be fair, I think they've controlled things.
Blacktown have perhaps set their stall out to defend what they have. Sueda's ball in. Might drop for Tomaras. Oh, what a goal! What a goal from Christos Tomaras! On the volley, an absolute peach. And we are tied up at 1-1 in the grand final.
Well, Nenad Vekic, he's been brilliant this afternoon. I don't know what he could have done about that. Tomaras, we mentioned he scored the winning penalty last weekend. Well, what a fortnight he's having. And what a game we have here. It's all Olympic. And Christos Tomaras hits it, and it's destined for the top corner as soon as he hits it. 1-1.
Well, that's just wonderful technique from Christos Tomaras. Nenad Vekic did not even smell it.
Yes, well, over 12,000 minutes of football action has unfolded across the PlayStation 4 National Premier League's New South Wales men's in 2017, but perhaps the next 90 minutes will define it. A big crowd has descended onto Leichhardt Oval for today's showpiece. It is grand final time. APIA and Manly United come looking to break a championship drought that has stretched 14 years for one, 22 for the other. Both sets of supporters dream of ending that wait this afternoon. Both are on incredible runs in the back end of the season and were the two most attacking sides throughout the 2017 campaign, so we expect goals today. Adam Santarossa and Tony Tanous to bring you all the action. And if it is anything like we've seen in recent weeks, this competition, well, we're in for a treat. Hello and welcome to Leichhardt Oval on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. There you see Manly United defeating Rockdale last weekend on penalties, taking on APIA Leichhardt.
Please have everybody standing. We're going to have a moment's silence for the memory of the passing of...
We're just going to have a moment's silence to commemorate the passing of Mike Cockrell and Jim Pradanovic, a Football New South Wales board member.
In the Australian football media circles, Mike Cockrell loved his football, especially the NPL, as well as former Football New South Wales board member Big Jim Pradanovic. Memory silence in their honour. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, so a tribute there to two real stalwarts of football in this country, particularly New South Wales, and two really big fans of this competition. The NPL New South Wales, of course, Mike Cockrell, Hall of Fame member of Australian football. We honour him today, of course, was the voice of this broadcast last year. We hope to do him proud today, and also Jim Pradanovic, former Football New South Wales board member. We honour them both this afternoon, but we are almost there. APIA Leichhardt and Manly United. There you see the officials for today's game. Kurt Ams will be the man in the middle. Great reward for him. He has had a great season, of course, so experienced across the A-League and also the NPL New South Wales. And there you see Manly United. We mentioned the winning run they've had, winning 10 of their last 11 games. The only side to defeat them was that one. APIA Leichhardt, a 5-0 win back in round 19. But we do have to mention in that game, Brendan Chalakian was sent off just 14 minutes in. So he did change the landscape on that afternoon. They do enjoy strong support. Their home ground just around about a kilometre away at Lambert Park. They know this ground well, a club that has played here in their nomadic existence. There you see Manly United manager Warren Grieve. He's done a spectacular job, really timed their run to perfection to the grand final. And you see the two captains, Jamie Lobb for Manly United, David DiPuzzo from APIA, both with so much experience. Actually, Jamie Lobb, he got the job done in the penalty shootout last weekend, so certainly one to lead from the front. You see Daniel Cummins enjoyed a spectacular season. He's ended a 30-year drought for APIA in terms of claiming the premiership, top of the table for the first time in 30 years. Way back in 1987, it was the National Soccer League on that occasion. In terms of the grand final vote, last year in 2003 in the New South Wales Premier League. Looking to add some further silverware this afternoon. So just about set to go. There is a good crowd in. Hope to have your company throughout the afternoon here on the NPL New South Wales live stream. Adam Santarossa here with you. Both sides bring goals, certainly bring the action. Strap yourselves in for the next 90 minutes. This competition, well, you know, there are generally some twists and turns on the way. We are underway at Leichhardt, and it's a very good afternoon to my co-commentator in Tony Tanous.
Yeah, really exciting to be here, Adam. I think this has got the makings of an absolute classic. APIA have been the strong team throughout the season, finished the season on top of the ladder, but Manly have come home in great form, and they look an exceptionally strong side heading into this grand final.
Of course, the expectation going in is strong on APIA. They've really swept all before them. Didn't expect them to do the job today. Of course, that 5-0 win we spoke about, adding to that. Manly finished 4th at the end of the regular season. They have been written off a couple of times already this campaign, and here we are on grand final day. Alltred tidies up, finds Kieran Paul, who was a standout for Manly last weekend. As I say that, he slips, finding DiPuzzo. Maybe some nerves about. This is perhaps the biggest stage a lot of these players have played on. Here's Uchino. Finds Jordan Murray. He's in good goal scoring form. He has 4 in his last 4 games. Milgate's going to try it from range. Manly clearing the danger with Pandurovic. Interesting too, Tony, the extra time and penalties last weekend. Is that going to play a part today in terms of perhaps some fatigue in these Manly players?
Yeah, look, I'm sure there'd be a few niggles after that, but they probably had a light load earlier in the week, no doubt. And they've probably just been able to freshen up because they've been ticking along. They've been playing, you know, almost finals football for the last 10 or 11 weeks, trying to get into the finals. And so I think that might help them. You know, they've got a routine set, and that's going to help them throughout this.
As Uchino tries to find Murray in behind. He has stole in the APIA striker. I mentioned his goal scoring form. He'll wait for some support. Well done in cover though by Lobb. Corner and the first of the game will go to APIA.
Yeah, the speed of Murray there, just in behind, but good recovery from Jamie Lobb. But I think Murray, you know, we talked about it in the pre-game, Adam, player in terrific form, and his speed in amongst those two central defenders, Lee Egger and Travis Orchard, that's going to be a key feature.
So Adrian Uchino to take the set piece. It has been a route to goal for APIA so far in 2017. Can they find an early goal here? Oh, Mitchell punches, not convincing. Sakia takes a deflection. They'll get another corner. And of course, Manly United conceded last weekend. After 2.5 minutes, it was Alec Jurasevsky betting his free kick past Mitchell.
Yeah, terrific strike there on that occasion from Sakia. Not a great punch, as you said, from Dylan Mitchell. In the end, bailed out by one of his defenders, but another set piece, corner here.
Sean Simmons to take this one. His delivery has been spot on this season. It's another good ball in. Sakia will clean up for APIA. Take 2 for them. His players clear in the middle. Manly a little bit rattled at the back at the moment. We mentioned the nerves. Such a big stage. Uchino, nice touch from him. Simmons does well. Links with Milgate. Murray I'm going to give him room to move in the area. Matsura will clean up. Now Pandurovic. Manly having to weather the early storm from APIA.
It's been a terrific start, Adam, from APIA on the front foot early. Uchino really winning that ball in midfield, and we've already seen Murray and Takia get quite involved.
And Josh Simmons to play it from the back. Go long trying to unlock Sean Simmons, but well done by Kieran Paul. That's quite a battle to watch today, that one between Paul and Sean Simmons.
Yeah, look, I think those wide areas for both sides have been strong areas, you know, so that's certainly a great battle. Both those players making the NPL team of the season, so certainly one to watch, two players in great form.
As we give Sean Simmons a wrap, he does win the throw.
Yeah, I think right across those wide areas, the two teams that do like to get it out wide, so Corey Bitsko versus, you know, Jamie Lobb on that other side is going to be a key battle as well, but as is Pandurovic down that right-hand side for Manly, and also Balderson. They've been in great form too this season.
So many attacking weapons for both sides. I mentioned the expectation on APIA. How do you expect them to do the job today? Well, first past the post in the regular season doesn't necessarily guarantee a championship. Of course, in recent times, 2016 Sydney United lost in the grand final to Blacktown City FC. In 2015, Bonnyrigg defeated Blacktown City FC, who finished first. So, a bit of a hoodoo to overcome for APIA today.
Yeah, I believe it's only been twice in the last decade that the team that's actually finished the premiers have actually gone on to win the championship. So it is a hoodoo, definitely, that APIA have to overcome. I think for them, their real focus is on making sure that they're focused on the process, that it's just another game, as they keep saying. It's obviously a grand final, but making sure that they go through the process. And we saw that against Rockdale 2 weeks ago, where they did do that, and they were dynamite.
So a free kick to APIA, chance to just settle things. Nathan Millgate, another in the NPL Team of the Year that was released this week. Against that pass though, Paul will clean up for Manly. They do have so much experience, APIA, and several players with A-League experience as well. Plenty of eyes on this clash this afternoon. Several players wanting to return there. Here's McAllister. Maybe shifted into another gear come finals time. Balderson does well. Bullies his way into the area. He'll get a free kick. Just on the edge of it. David DiPuzzo didn't like the decision, but probably fair enough.
Yeah, very good strong drive there from Scott Balderson. That is a strength of his. Not only he's pressing without the ball, but when he gets on it, he likes to be direct and get at players. And Manly have been terrific at set pieces. Adam Pandurovic has delivered some beauties throughout the finals.
So an early chance for Manly United. Dejan Pandurovic over it. They do have some tall timber to send forward. Ivan Achevsky going with a three-man wall. Here is Pandurovic trying to curl it in. Oh, it's come off the bar. Achevsky felt he had it covered, but I'll tell you what, it didn't miss by much. Here is the replay.
Yeah, terrific strike from Dejan Pandurovic. He has that ability, just skimming the top of the bar. Terrific strike, and you know, that's the two assets that they do have. Manly United, they've got the ability to hit someone like Lee Egger, who's been a power at set pieces, but they can also go direct.
A chance for Manly. Almost the opening goal. We saw last week go behind early. Could have been very different. Zakia tries to link with Sean Simmons. Pulls across in cover, not convincing. Well, gets it clear now. There's that battle we spoke about. Simmons and Kieran Paul. And the fans wanting a free kick, but Kerdam saying no.
Both teams, Adam, we've seen APIA dominate in the first few minutes, and now Manly had a bit of an attack. So both of them settling into the game well early.
I mentioned the attacking mindedness they both have, the goals they have scored this year, the two most attacking sides in this competition. So expect an open game. Finals can be cagey, and no one really wants to take a risk. We're not expecting that today. Here is Josh Simmons. Goes back to Nichevsky. APIA were already in one final this afternoon. They were defeated in the 20s by the Sutherland Sharks. Here's Brandon Lundy. Kick-on was good from Murray. Paul will help it on for Manly. McAllister trying to do likewise to Brendan Chilakian. Of course, he was sent off last time these two met in round 19 in that 5-0 defeat. It was after just 14 minutes and really changed the game. And that afternoon, APIA really had a field day with their one-man advantage. Uchino. Oh, that's a lovely ball in behind. Flag's gone up, though. And Sean Simmons, it has been an avenue to goal so much in 2017. Manly just got away with that one.
Yeah, and his brother Josh Simmons was the player who opened it up initially by bringing the ball into midfield and finding Uchino. And it was a lovely ball from Adrian Uchino. Just slightly mistimed the run there. But that is very much an avenue. And if Manly do play high, Simmons will try and get him behind. 10 goals, Adam. Terrific season. Is that better?
Here is Ferguson. He gives the pass away to Simmons, and APIA have some numbers if they can move it quickly. Simmons might even go on his own. We mentioned his goal-scoring threat. Chance for Murray. It may open up for APIA. Perhaps should have just pulled the trigger in the end.
Oh, terrific little build-up there. Simmons in combination with Murray and that transition moment very early in the game. That looks like a real avenue. The pass, though, the return pass from Murray, I thought could have been slightly better hit to Simmons, and that might have been the opener for APIA.
He was caught in two minds a little bit, Jordan Murray. We mentioned 4 goals in 4 games coming into this one. No strikers would have pulled the trigger. As Manly have a free kick. Chilakian just caught by Uchino. Of course, APIA a little bit unsettled coming into this game. Sean O'Connell withdrawing with sickness just hours before the game.
Yeah, I think that central midfield has been a real key area for APIA. Obviously, they didn't use David DePuzzo and Adrian Uchino in that FFA Cup game. So they come back in today. I think they've been carrying nibbles, both of them.
Great ball by Uchino. Finds Corey Bixo. He's got numbers inside if he can use them. Does love to run at defenders. Trying to do that here. Now looks to tee up a teammate. Now Uchino has handed it straight back. Jordan Murray. Manly rattled in the early openings. Manly get it clear though. Uchino once again. Pulls the shirt of Scott Balderson. Playing advantage, Kurt Amps. They get a talking to. I mentioned the battle of Kieran Paul and Sean Simmons. Uchino and Chilakian have been at each other plenty of times in this opening 11 minutes. Brilliant work from McAllister. Nice feet from Chilakian. Manly starting to open them up. McAllister goes down, just a corner.
Yeah, terrific challenge in the end from Josh Simmons. What a build-up though from Manly in transition. We've seen some good work in the front third from APIA Leichhardt Tigers, and now on that occasion it was Manly transitioning forward. That's been a real feature, Adam. The hold-up play of McAllister and his link up there with Chilakian was a delight.
Yeah, Josh Simmons had to get that tackle right, diving in like that inside the area. He managed to get the ball. Get that wrong. I think we're thinking penalty. A chance for Manly to snatch an early lead here at Leichhardt. And Durovic goes to the far post. Knocked down. Lundy gets it clear for APIA. So both really settled in. Just about 13 minutes gone here at Leichhardt Oval.
Just in the phase before that transition, I thought Uchino was probably lucky. Not a bit of a shirt pull there, as you said during the call, and he probably lucky enough to get away with the yellow there, I thought.
Throwing will go to APIA. We have seen some cards in the finals. Last weekend, I think we saw 10 across both Rockdale and Manly. Both players had a tight rope to walk in what was a pretty physical game. Here is Paul Matsura. Durovic trying to get on the end of things here. He's done well to win the header. Still there for him. Off the deck well. Now Chalakian. It'll be a goal kick to APIA.
Yeah, lively early, Brendan Chalakian. That's a really important sign for Manly. He was obviously suspended after that red card that we talked about against APIA. And I felt they missed him a little bit. He's come back into the side, and he's been a real key in the last couple of weeks in sort of getting them through. But yeah, very important that he has a strong game in that number 10 role.
So Ivan Nichevsky to restart us once again. Well won by Murray. Sakia. He's been a little bit quiet in recent weeks, has the striker. As I say that, trying to turn it on here. Runs into a wall of Manly defenders. They do have so many threats going forward. Murray, Simmons, Corey Bixo, Sakia. Durovic battling with Lundy. Looks like he's going to win the battle, the Manly player. Although throw goes to APIA.
That's another, we talked about the battles out wide. That's another great one. Lundy has had a terrific season. Obviously, he was at the Jets in the A-League for a while and had a few issues with the likes of Miller and Stubbins. And so he's been able to come into this side, and I think he's got the confidence of Daniel Cummins. And, you know, that's shown in his performances this season.
Here is Bixo. Nice working cover from Balderson. We talk about a battle. That's another. So many great matchups across the park this afternoon.
Yeah, two teams, as we said, that like to get it wide and try and expose their wide players in one-on-one situations. And, yeah, Corey Bitsko has been terrific as well.
Milgate goes with a long throw. May open up for Sakia. He stole in, Sakia. Flag is up, though. Tries a little back heel. Again, a side-on goal for APIA.
And he's managed to have a look back over the highlights of the two clashes between these sides, you know, throughout the season, and his ability to sort of find pockets of space in the middle of that Manly United defence in both games was really, really key in a lot of the setup. So he's a very important player.
Sakia. 3 goals against Manly this year in those 2 games. It's a 4-2 defeat. Manly defeating APIA in round 9. APIA doing the job, as we've mentioned, 5-0 in the last 3 weeks of the season.
What a miss he's going to be, Sakia. His 2-year visa ends at the end of this year, and he's going to be a real miss for the NPL.
Very much a fan favourite at Lambert Park is Tezuka Sakia. Manly, though, have a chance again to put some pressure on APIA. Durovic came as close as you can come, striking the crossbar a few minutes ago. Probably too far out to do the same here, but and he put the tall timber forward. Pandurovic puts it in a dangerous area again. You get it clear though. Here's Simmons. Now to Putso. Sasamatsura on his heels. Get it back here, the APIA captain. His experience will be vital today. Here's Milgate. Nuatamalo, another that has had A-League experience. Trying to find Murray. They just open up for the striker. Gets bundled off it. Manly somehow deal with it. Corner.
Yeah, good run there from Jordan Murray. It was Deputo who tried to find him with the ball over the top. Again, trying to expose that space between Lee Egger and Travis Orchard there, the heart of the Manly defence. So that's a real feature early. APIA driving through the guts of the Manly defence, trying to find that space there.
Another set piece for APIA. It'll be Uchino to take this one. Try something audacious or perhaps a miss hit. And it goes out without troubling Dylan Mitchell.
He's delivered some beauties this season. That was not one of them from Uchino. But again, a little sign for APIA.
We mentioned APIA finishing top of the table. Manly finishing in 4th place The last team to win the grand final from fourth was Sydney United in 2006. And a bit of an omen there as well. They had to go to penalties in the preliminary final to do it, much like Manly last weekend. So perhaps a sign of history repeating today for Manly. Those are the last two sides that made the grand final from fourth. Didn't get the job done on grand final day. Rockdale in 2013, Sydney Olympic in 2014. So history repeats today for Manly as Dom Ferguson gives away a free kick.
And he's been a really important inclusion back into the side. He did start against Sydney Olympic in the elimination final, but limped off 3 minutes in, Dom Ferguson. And, you know, his return in the last 2 weeks, I think, has been very important for Manly to sort of give him that strength in the midfield.
Yeah, turned over. Matsura trying to make APIA pay. A little sloppy in midfield. Puzo was taken off it. Chevsky clears. Tries to find Sakiya. It's that midfield battle that was so important last weekend for Manly against Rockdale. Really proved the difference in the end. And that FFA Cup game, that defeat to Blacktown that we spoke about, something that APIA struggled with, it was that centre of the park.
Yeah, certainly having DePuzzo and Achino back helps on that front for APIA. But Manly have been strong in that area. You know, certainly Masura and Dom Ferguson have been growing off field just with the season, getting stronger and stronger as a combination. They're coming together at the beginning of the season. As Masura came across from Blacktown, but they've just got stronger and stronger, Adam, and you can see that in the second half of the year.
So Millgate goes long, tries to link with Bixo, but Jamie Lobb is across to tidy up. I mentioned Manly having to go to penalties last weekend to book their place in the grand final. We'll see if that starts to take its toll. Pretty perfect conditions though for the players in a comfort sense here at Leichhardt this afternoon. So bundled down, free kick to APIA.
Yeah, a bit too aggressive there from Balderson, and it's a set piece opportunity. It looks like Sean Simmons is coming across maybe to whip this in with his left foot. Set pieces.
They do have quite a few set piece specialists. There's probably two of the best in the competition. Sean Simmons and Uchino both over it. It'll be Simmons to take. Trying to send it in a dangerous area. Mitchell comes this time and does a good job. Confident catch from the Manly keeper.
Yeah, a lot more convincing there, Adam.
Uchino's header can only find Balderson. Now Chalakian has some space. Pandurovic. Mentioned the threat of APIA going forward. Manly just the same. Ball pass there though by Pandurovic. Lundy goes long. Tapuzzo back to cut out possession. Only hands it back to Manly. Here is Lobb. Now McAllister looking to turn Moata Marlow. Now Lobb surges forward. The Manly captain. Bixo wins out though for APIA. See the poise APIA have playing out from the back.
Yeah, it's great work there from Bisco just to track the run of Lobb. We haven't seen Lobb join the attack too often, and APIA have to be aware when he does join the attack.
Here's Pandurovic trying to link with Matsura, but just breaks down. Simmons looks up, doesn't really have a lot of support. Tries to find Murray. Good ball, but heavy touch from the striker. Confident header by Moata Marlow.
Yeah, and Daniel Cummins has really been spoilt for choice this season in the centre of defence. Moata Marlow and Josh Simmons have become the mainstays in the latter half of the season, but Galimi and Vlastelica's on the bench today. You know, so many choices in that central defence, and these guys have been doing the job for Cummins, so they get the reward for the grand final.
I mentioned how good APIA have been going forward this year. It's their defence that has been absolutely superb though.
Yeah, bringing Josh Simmons in has really helped. At Parramatta last season, obviously, you know, a player who was a leader at Parramatta, the captain there, and so, you know, bringing in a guy of that experience, and he can play at left back, and we've seen that throughout the year. He can play right across that back four.
Only the 8th best defence in the NPL New South Wales this year, so you look at an Achilles heel for them, perhaps defensively, although they have tightened things up in recent weeks. There's Chalakian, finds Pandurovic. He's been lively early. A Manly throw.
So Warren Grieve has spoken in the build-up about the importance of the first goal in this game. So I guess the idea there is if they can get that, Manly can get that, then that puts a lot of pressure on APIA.
Simmons' clearance was Paul. He invited Paul in. And Pandurovic trying to do likewise. Ball has gone out. It will be a corner to Manly. And a couple of times this afternoon, Josh Simmons just miscued his clearance, inviting Manly back in.
Good opportunity here. Looks like Lob's going to go over and take this one, but Lee Ego, we saw him score you know, twice now in the finals. Sydney Olympic back at Cromer Park, and then last week as well. So look, you know, he's going to be a target in a lot of these scenarios.
So Lob to take, sends it in. Another dangerous area. McAllister was there. Egger as well. Still there for Chalakian. Nice feet from him. Trying to pick out Pandurovic with a header. Still there though for Ortred. Oh, wasn't too far away. And now it's Manly firing a shot.
Not a bad effort at all for a central defender there. A volley from Ortred on the edge of the box, and wasn't too far away. He's been a bit of a warrior for Manly this season. He's had a terrific season, and I believe he played with a dislocated shoulder in the first encounter between these two sides earlier in the season. So that just shows you what a leader he has been.
Ivanichevsky didn't seem too troubled by the shot, but certainly enough to interest me anyway. I hope you're enjoying the coverage wherever you are watching. Of course, we are going worldwide on the NPL NSW Facebook page. And a host of NPL finals across the weekend, a real bumper weekend of football. Expecting this one to turn into something special. Sakia just gives it to Chalakian. Oh, touch was heavy though by Lob. Bixo's gone down. Clutching his right ankle. Pass is going astray this afternoon, the first 26.5 minutes. Watching the occasion. Nerves, big stage, can be a difference as players try to settle into this one.
Yeah, and obviously they've been a bit familiar with playing on synthetic, and so coming back to turf, that takes a little bit of adjusting.
Here's Millgate, overlapping once again. Cross isn't good though, just miscues things. And Manly were crying out for a free kick just a little bit earlier there. I thought they probably should have had one.
Yeah, it looked like Bitchko just got to the ball just ahead of the defender there, and the referee waving play on Kurt Arms, and
so a bit of a hush around Leichhardt, both sides. Bit of a nervy opening. Both have had chances. Not really able to take them so far.
Yeah, it's been fairly even. I thought APIA got started really strong. Manly coming into the game. Chalakian's been lively, trying to find a bit of space in between the two lines, between the holding midfielders for APIA and the defenders.
Now APIA putting the passes together. Simmons looks up, doesn't have anyone in front of him, trying to play in Lundy. Left back overlapping. He's done well to get into the area. Won't sit for Murray. He's fighting hard, Jordan Murray. May have caught an elbow inadvertently from Ortred. They're playing on though, as Murray gets back to his feet. Trying to get back onside here as Simmons does well. And there's that battle again. Kieran Paul cleans up for Manly.
Yeah, good second phase there from APIA. It was a terrific run, I thought, initially from Lundy. You know, drove forward down that left-hand side and really took it to Manly. And Murray looked like he was almost in there. But excellent pickup from Simmons, and he's earned APIA a corner.
APIA coach Daniel Cummins has been seated for most of this first half. Warren Grieve suddenly is out shouting instructions at Manly as APIA start to come to life. Another set piece for them. Simmons drives it in. Chalakian lets it run. It's going to be Bixo to try it from range. Always going wide. A bit optimistic from Corey Bixo.
Yeah, you're right there, Adam. I think that was probably slightly outside of his range. Hasn't been on the score sheet too often this season. The goals have generally come more from that middle third, so Sakia, Murray, and even on the left-hand side, Simmons. But
the grand final has delivered some pretty special goals in recent years. Robbie Eunice here a couple of seasons ago, and we can't forget Danny Choi. Spectacular goal last weekend as Jamie Lobb had his foot rather high. Free kick will go to APIA.
Yeah, it's great reliving those moments during the week on the Facebook page for NPL New South Wales, and some great footage. It's great to track back into the history and just have a look at some of those images.
So again, it's APIA with a chance at the set piece. Adrian Uchino over the ball. Temba Maitamalo forward. Sean Simmons there as well. It's a good delivery by Uchino. Wouldn't sit for them. Maitamalo trying to make something happen. And they get numbers to clear though. Here's Chalakian. Nice touch from him. Finding Balderson. This is nice from Manly. Matsura. And Uchino gives away the free kick. It's a few times he's given the foul away. Have to tread carefully. Kurt Ams gives him a warning on the run. Manly putting the passes together. Here is Kieran Paul. You're getting numbers behind, but Paul tries the shot. They sit for him again. Again, it's that midfield where APIA getting a little stretched.
Yeah, Chalakian really having an influence there. Some good touches in transition just to play in his teammates, and that's really helping Manly flow forward quickly. And we're starting to see Paul get forward down that right-hand side as well.
Yeah, we do have real express pace going forward. They can break very quickly. The likes of Balderson, Pandurovic and Chalakian. Still a way to goal. We promised you some. None in the first half an hour here at Leichhardt Oval.
Yeah, they're defending at the set pieces. You can see both sides have really done their homework. They realise the threat that the opposition poses. So crowding out those areas as well in those set piece moments. So
APIA, of course, average 2.39 goals a game. Manly 2.12, so both can find the back of the net. Gets the better of Murray. We'll go to APIA though. Move back to Tate. Sakia. Thought he was taken out there. Play on. Capuzzo. Now Lundy. Nice work again from Pandurovic. So too that man Chalakian. Just overhit the ball, but we'll get a free kick.
A bit went on behind the play there. Lundy, I think, gave the ball away in the end. He brought down Pandurovic. He's just got to be careful there. Arms is having a chat, and he might have a word to Lundy as well.
You see a shot of the stands here at Leichhardt Oval. A healthy crowd in. Great to see. Strong support for both of these sides. Busloads have come in from the Northern Beaches as Pandurovic just gives away a free kick for a push. Chevsky to restart us once again. Hasn't had too much to do in the APIA goal. Of course, Luke Turnbull was the #1 choice for the first half of the year, but Ivan Nichevsky getting his chance and holding on to it.
Yeah, and that experience is really vital for APIA.
There's Dylan Mitchell as well. One of the real standouts this season in the NPL New South Wales. Milgate fights with Balderson. Here's Uchino. Bixo. Sakia. Nice touch from him. Bixo. Oh, gets taken down from Matsura. Just the talking to perhaps for Sasa Matsura.
Yeah, Kurt Arms has refereed with a lot of... At the moment, he's basically keeping the cards in his pocket. He's not pulling anything out, and he's letting everyone get a foul in. And Masura there's probably been given a warning, but a lovely bit of play, wasn't it, from Sakia? There, the little back heel to set that transition moment up.
Well, the set pieces are mounting for APIA, yet to convert one into a goal. I think the likes of Uchino and Simmons' chances eventually going to take one. Uchino trying to spark something here. Once again, delivery's good. Oh, Manly have handed it back. It was Simmons on the turn. He knows he probably should have done better. Mitchell untroubled.
Yeah, he's a type of player you don't want to give too many shooting opportunities to. He's been in such good form throughout the season, but he's shooting. You know, he scored from some unbelievable angles. And yeah, he's definitely not the kind of guy you want to be giving too many loose balls to on the edge of the box.
I mentioned Danny Choi's name, and a lot of viewers will be familiar with him from his exploits in this competition. He unfortunately has been injured for most of this season. Sean Simmons certainly took up his place on the highlight reel in 2017. Scored some absolutely spectacular goals.
Yeah, and he's the type of player, I wonder if he'll attract some attention from higher up the pecking order. It's been a terrific season from him, and you know, I think speaking about that in the build-up to the game, what he spoke about was finally being allowed to play in his favoured left midfield position, and Daniel Cummins has placed him there, and he knows he's not being chopped and changed every week, and so that's really helped him settle into a pattern of form.
He is so versatile, isn't he, Sean Simmons? And sometimes that can be an issue, as you said, just getting settled in any one position. You can offer things much like his brother, Josh Simmons, who is quite versatile as well on the ball. Trying to find Milgate. Robson does well to close him down. Hasn't quite broken open yet, this one, though.
No, very tight at the moment. I think, you know, both coaches playing for those moments. It started off fairly open, I feel, and it's got a lot tighter since then.
Balderson finds Matsura. Suddenly Manly have some numbers. If they can move it quickly, Pandurovic trying to get in behind. On the ball now. Has McAllister there. Trying to pick him out. In the end, probably the wrong result. Luchesky made a comfortable save.
Yeah, both sides have been able to get the ball into those wide areas, but the final connection hasn't quite been there yet.
It's a poor ball from Milgate. He's handed it straight back. Daniel Cummins is out, yelling at his midfield for movement. Now Balderson. Manly starting to get him behind. Cross is good. And Lundy forced to clean up, so a corner for Manly.
Good discipline at the back post from Brandon Lundy. Balderson there, not a bad delivery. Pandurovic not quite getting to that early. You know, I think we look at the caption of 52% possession at the moment to Manly, and it has been a fairly even game. I think APIA started off probably dominating that possession, but at the moment Manly are starting to get a little bit more of that ball.
So now it's a corner for Manly. It's where they have threatened in the finals at least. Cross is a good one, a dangerous area. Eggers there. Oh, it just wouldn't sit for him. It was the Avenue goal for him last week against Rockdale. Just couldn't get out of his feet in a crucial time. Still there for Manly though. Balderson trying to find Pandurovic. Simmons leaves it short for Lundy. Now Sean Simmons. Manly getting numbers back behind the ball. Chino. Matsura had done well, but gives away a free kick.
Yeah, Matsura probably started a little bit quiet, but he is starting to come into the game and starting to put a bit more pressure on Uchino, who I thought started the game really well.
That's this hit again from Brandon Lundy. Some of these passes going astray all of a sudden for APIA. Don't want to invite Manly in so close to half-time. Capuzzo. He's given Sean Simmons too much to chase. Out for a throw.
Yeah, at the moment I think both teams guilty of probably trying to play that ball over the top in early. Maybe a little bit more patience, sustain a little bit more possession and try and pick that pass when it's on.
Lundy trying to find Lapuzzo. And the free kick will go again against Sasamatsura. Here's Watamalo starting to come forward and get on the ball. Pass was misdirected. Lob tries to keep it in. He has done well. Sends it straight to Balderson. Rebound falls to Bixo. Can he pick out a teammate? This is nice from Murray. Oh, and I tell you what, it wasn't too far away. He has been in some serious goal-scoring form. Probably the best chance for an opener.
Yeah, great cross from the right-hand side. The take from Murray was super. You know, took one touch, turned on the volley and just over the bar. But that's the sort of delivery that Daniel Cummins will be looking for. Right on the money there from the right-hand side.
And of course, has 4 in 4, Jordan Murray. Got some crucial goals this season in his 13. Will be the best chance so far this afternoon at Leichhardt Oval. Does tend to drift in and out of games, but as I said, does score some important goals. As does that man Pandurovic. Just can't link up with Matsura. Here is Balderson. Nice ball in behind. Oh, Millgate. Got back in time in cover, but has to concede the corner.
Yeah, we haven't seen Lob get forward too often, and that was a rare venture forward. And Millgate had to be on his full concentration there, just to make sure the ball didn't get in behind him. Good defensive read.
It would be an ideal time to strike. Just 5 minutes of normal time remaining in the first half here at Leichhardt Oval. Dejan Pandurovic to swing it in. Delivery has been good this afternoon. Again, the far post they come. Nacheski hasn't got there. Oh, it's off the line. Manly claiming a goal. We play on though.
Liega was in there.
Pandurovic. Take 2 for him. McAllister the target. He's got it clear, McAllister. And Apia all over the place at the back all of a sudden. Here is the replay.
Yeah, Nachevsky very fortunate there. It was Egger twice. First with the head and then the volley. And on the line was it Sakia. Tell you what, the assistant referee Adebaji was right on the money there on that byline, and that looked very close.
Liega has transformed into a goal scorer in recent weeks. The second, they put them in front over Rockdale last weekend from similar fashion. Very nearly the opening goal. Now it's Lob under pressure. End-to-end stuff as we surge towards half-time.
Such a threat, Liega.
Can't get a grip on him. Neither this man, Corey Bixo. Driving to the byline, cuts inside, showing up Balderson. Scuffed clearance too by Ortred. Out to Puzo. Which is a little heavy. Nice work from him. Apia fans wanted a free kick. We'll play on. Haven't seen too much of that man, Dylan McAllister. There's a free kick here though.
Yeah, strong hold-up play, didn't have a lot of support around him, so he had to try and hold that up. The early ball looking for him, and he did well in the end. McAllister. Yeah, Apia certainly building up down this right-hand side. Bixo, as you say, starting to become really influential at it.
What McAllister does do so well, he attracts defenders, which then opens space for the likes of Pandurovic and Chalaki, and can be underestimated at some times, but last few weeks he has really converted chances. He's been quite the poacher in recent times.
Yeah, look, talk about a wine getting better with age, and certainly his hold-up play and his combinations. I think that his goal last week against Rockdale was just a beautiful team goal, and here he is again.
Yes. So he got the ball, remonstrating with Kurt Ams as he's got a little bit scrappy, but Apia will have the free kick, and he's obviously been around a while. Dylan McAllister, his teammates call him Dad. He's 2 from 2 in recent weeks in the finals. Really shifted to another gear. come the business end of the season. It's APIA though, looking to strike as we edge towards half-time. Lundy. This is cut out. Still there for Dapuzzo. Now Sakia. Lundy overlapping well. Delivery is straight at Mitchell. He makes a comfortable save.
We've just seen Lundy starting to get forward a little more, and APIA certainly need that to continue. Just the quality of the delivery in the end, a bit too close to the keeper.
Nice flick on from McAllister. Marlo has to concede the throw. I hope you're enjoying this one, because are going worldwide. Matsura, nice work, finds that man McAllister. Nice turn again. We'll try to play in Matsura.
Wasn't a bad idea at all. Not sure Matsura was on the same wavelength there.
Now it's APIA trying to hit on the counter. Sean Simmons. Mention the speed at which they can break. And the skill of this man, Simmons. Doesn't have a lot of support in the middle. Trying to pick out a teammate, but Ferguson cleans up. Chalakian. He's handed it back to Millgate. Millgate, his touch was heavy and he pulled down Balderson. Balderson screaming for a card. He has to be careful. He doesn't get one at the same time.
Yeah, probably not necessary that foul, I thought, from Millgate. His touch was heavy, as you say. But the ball was going nowhere. Balderson was going towards the sideline and could have just boxed him in there rather than giving away a foul. And as you say, probably fortunate not to get away without a yellow card there.
There you see confirmation, just 1 minute of added time. First half here at Leichhardt Oval. Can Manly strike? And that's a free kick. Marlo pulling down McAllister, and the first card of the afternoon goes to the APIA defender. More importantly, he's given away a foul in a crucial area. Dejan Pandurovic has already hit the crossbar from a similar range, and he raced over and picked up the ball.
Yeah, look, not the best foul from Marlo there. It looks like it might create the last opportunity of the first half here for Manly. And Kurt Arms, he kept the yellow cards in his pocket right throughout that 45 minutes, but in stoppage time of the first half, he's pulled one out. He's probably lost a bit of patience.
The first real foul that Marlo has given away, but McAllister, had he kept his feet, could have been en route to goal, so lights come out. Lasevsky going with a four-man wall. It'll be Pandurovic. Sense. Lob's there as well. It will be Pandurovic. Oh, he's going over though. See the frustration. He wanted a better connection, but that is it. That concludes things in the first half here at Leichhardt Oval. Well, we mentioned going into this one to expect goals. We're still waiting. It is scoreless at half-time between APIA and Manly United. Plenty of chances for both. Neither side able to take their opportunity. But the stage is set for a blockbuster second half. At half-time here at Leichhardt Oval, it is Manly United 0, APIA Leichhardt 0.
huge crowd has flocked to Valentine Sports Park to see the two best teams all year battle it out in the grand final of the PlayStation 4 NPL New South Wales Women's. Premiers Macarthur Rams take on Manly United in what is sure to be an absolute thriller. Our cameras are rolling so you won't miss any of the action. Here's Tony Tanous to kick off proceedings.
And it's Selena Karmas over the ball. We're about to take off here. Kelly Jones blows her whistle and we're off. It's Caitlin Campbell getting the first touch out to Claire Walsh. Claire Walsh plays it back to the keeper, Sham Karmas. And here is Liz Ralston playing it out to Lauren Ralston. Lauren Ralston coming forward now. She's got Petratos through the middle. Instead she uses Amy Harrison. Amy Harrison with a shooting opportunity. And it's a great goal! A terrific start here for the Macarthur Rams. Amy Harrison with an absolute screamer on the left foot. Fed by Ralston. And she sized up the shooting opportunity. And Amy Harrison playing in that number 10 role. A terrific start here for the Macarthur Rams. 3 minutes in. Dropping short, giving her an option there. Was picked up by Simerson in the end. But it was Cameron trying to play short. In the end, Polias goes into the box and missed by Coelho. A chance inside the box. Sonny Franco with an opportunity to clear. In the end, cleared by Manly. Can Macarthur keep the pressure on? Here is Petratos. Good ball into the box. And a mistake here. Alice Wilson. In off Alice Wilson over the keeper Coelho. And the ball from Petratos has resulted in a 2-0 lead to the Macarthur Rams. Unfortunate there for Alice Wilson. The ball in from Petratos after the set piece, and Wilson tried to clear. Taken this one by Bella Walker. Looking inside, here's Tash Pryor with a header, and it's Tash Pryor for Manly United who gets one back. The cross from Bella Walker, set piece. We spoke about that a little bit earlier. They will be a real feature here. And Natasha Pryor has been such a threat at set pieces this season, especially in the second. Caitlin Campbell presenting, but Manly squeezing a lot higher here and winning the ball high is Sonny Franco. The block on from Sham Karmas. Another shooting opportunity here, and it's pushed just wide in the end. Karmas does well to hold it up. Looking for an option, and it's Polias driving out of midfield. She's got Galea to her left. Galea now, Rosie Galea with a shooting opportunity, and it's a terrific save from Claire Coelho. What a counter-attack that was from Macarthur Rams. And down the right-hand side now, Orgill again. She gets the better of Lauren Ralston. Can she clip it into Simerson? In the end, it goes over the... Oh, what a chance that is. The back post. And it's Sonny Franco. Galea with an option in Karmas. It's a terrific ball from Galea. Karmas is first to it. Can she hold it up? Good work from Lena Karmas. She has to come all the way back. Oh, in the end she tried to play it into the feet of Harrison, but not able to quite connect there. And Tash Pryor can come away here for Manly United. She's got Simerson through the middle. And to the right is Sonny Franco. Franco looking for Simerson, and there it is, the equaliser for Manly United. Terrific cross from Sonny Franco, and we just spoke about Rennie Simerson. As soon as she gets half a chance, she buries it. The league's leading goal scorer draws Manly United level here. And game on. What a terrific first half. Simerson first to it there. And now Franco, confidence up. Here's another chance here for Simerson. And not a bad effort at all from Remy Simerson there. And a free kick here for Macarthur. Polias over the ball. Looks for the back post. Headed away by Manly. Caitlin Campbell, edge of the block. And what a strike from Caitlin Campbell. A terrific volley. Edge of the box. Lashes it home. And it's Macarthur, just as they did in the first half. Taking the lead early in the second half. And they go up 3-2. What a strike. And she switched it over to the left. Can't quite find Petratos. You could see what she was trying to do. Now Pryor, Tash Pryor. Simerson with an opportunity to get in behind here. Simerson is in behind, and the keeper comes out, Sham Karmas. Simerson again with a turn and shot, and just wide from Remy Simerson to be taken down the right-hand side. Whipped in, and the header, and what an opportunity that was. The only player that's featured in those two grand final losses for MacArthur, and what a performance she's put on here tonight. The ball in from Manly. Edge of the box is Pryor. Does it fall to Manly? It does! And there it is! The equaliser! Who else but Remy Simerson? Manly United level it at 3-3. They've been knocking. They've been pushing forward. Sham Karmas has had to make a couple of great saves. But in the end, the ball fell to the competition's leading goal scorer, and she bags her second for the night. What a grand final we have here. Making the run around her is Sekulic, but Simerson looks for the cross. Yatim with the touch. Can't control it. MacArthur trying to clear. Here is the chance, and it's a goal! Sweeping in the middle is Remy Simerson, and it's a hat-trick for Remy Simerson. And Manly go up 4-3 here in the grand final. They're the ones with the legs at the end, Manly. Finishing off this game very strongly. And the leading goal scorer in the competition. What a night out she's had. Quiet for the first half hour, but once she gets a sniff and once she gets a chance, and no goal for Manly United. But referee Kelly Jones looking at her watch. Do MacArthur have one more chance? No, they don't. It's Manly United, who are the 2017 NPL 1 Women's Champions. A terrific comeback to win this against MacArthur Rams, who you have to feel sorry for. But Manly United, in an epic, win it 4-3.
When we went into at half-time, we knew that we needed to step up our game. I think the nerves got to us a bit, but like you said, it was a crazy game of football. There were 7 goals scored, so we just had to do what our coach told us, and we finished that, and we finished our chances. So thankfully, we came out top.
Congratulations, Manly. It's always tough playing against you guys. You got us in the semi, you got us again today, so congratulations. To the Rams, it's been a great year. You know, minor premiership, you've got to give us credit for that, so we've done well all year. Thanks to Football New South Wales, all the sponsors, the refs, all the fans that came out, even 3/4 of them were from Manly. Thank you, and to the girls, great season. We'll be back next year again.
Here it is, Manly United, the 2017 PlayStation 4 NPL New South Wales Women's 1 champions.
What a super strike. That is sheer class.
What a season it turned out to be for the Sutherland Sharks. Grand final winners by 4-1.
Choi. Incredible goal from Danny Choi. Another spectacular effort from a player with a habit for the spectacular. And Blacktown City take the lead in the grand final.
Well, I think I just criticised him moments ago for being a little bit too cute. When you can score goals like this, why not? He loves the audacious. It's going to be someone who opened the scoring It was always going to be Danny Choi.
We'll have another look at it here. You never get tired of seeing goals like this.
Yeah, his only intention was to shoot, and have a look at that. Thomas Manus swerving like crazy. And it's another special goal for Danny Choi.
Yes, welcome back to Leichhardt Oval. Half-time here in the PlayStation 4 National Premier League's New South Wales Men's Grand Final between APIA Leichhardt and Manly United. And there you see the half-time stats. We are still awaiting a goal from both sides, 0-0 at half-time. There you see the stats, fairly even. In terms of shots on target, though, Manly, you say, have had the better chances, 4 shots to 1 on target. They have struck the crossbar. Dejan Pandurovic, Lee Egger also having his attempt saved off the line. Adam Santarossa and Tony Tanous in commentary. And Tony, how did you see the opening half?
Yeah, look, I think a fairly cagey sort of half in totality. I think it started off with a bit of flow, and I think APIA really started well and looked like they were going to penetrate Manly. But then Manly had a period. After that, I think it just settled down into a bit of a scrap, for domination. And the ball got out wide, but I just felt that the final delivery on occasions wasn't quite there. And the players probably struggling. They've been used to playing on synthetic, and the surfaces have been terrific. Here it's a little bit hard at Leichhardt, and I just feel that they're probably struggling to adapt to those conditions a bit.
I mentioned throughout the call the goals that both of these sides have scored this season. Surprised that we haven't seen one yet. It has been very much traditional grand final, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Neither side really opening the shackles too much in that opening half.
Yeah, and Egger really, that opportunity, that double chance from the set piece, first the header and then the volley, cleared off the line. That was probably the best moment of the game. And that we talked about set pieces, but I think both sides have really defended pretty well in those set pieces. Ivan Achevsky was a little bit lax off his line for that chance for Lee Egger. But apart from that, I think, I'd like to see it open up a little bit. And Taneski certainly has brought a lot of spark off the bench, in second halves for Manly this year. So he's certainly one to watch as this game, the second half goes through.
Yeah, that is a good point. They do have real strike power on the bench. Manly, Nicola Taneski, you mentioned Marco Sammer as well. So second half underway here at Leichhardt Oval. It is 0-0 at half-time. Still awaiting our opening goal. We have had chances in the first half. Nothing really clear-cut, though. It's Millgate trying to send Bixo clear. The battle has been one to watch. Bixo perhaps getting the points, though. Over the Manly defence. Now Millgate sending it in. Again, the cross is mishit. Out for a goal kick.
Yeah, good work from Bisco on that right-hand side, but the delivery from Millgate has let Daniel Cummins' team down a little bit, and on that occasion he's just got to be a little bit more patient, had plenty of time there, and to size up his crossing opportunity, but that's certainly an area that needs to improve for APIA.
Well, one by Nuatamalo, but has to concede the throw. A real hush around Leichhardt in the first half. Both fans this one well and truly up for grabs. McAllister trying to play in Matsura. Ball just wouldn't sit for him. Now Sakia. It's with Bixo, a former futsal Roo. Wants to run at defenders, have the ball at his feet. Josh Simmons. It's deflected, so wins the throw for APIA.
You can see that he was boxed in there with 2 defenders, and he was just able to turn out and play it back to Millgate very, very seamlessly.
One by Ferguson. Alderson, another. Has good feet, showed it on that occasion. Matsura though, turns it back. There's that man Bixo. Seen a lot of it early in this second half. Wanted a free kick. Has to concede the throw.
He's really forced Jamie Lobb to sit back. Jamie Lobb does like to get forward occasionally, but yeah, he's been forced back by Bisco.
Look at APIA's bench, potential changes for them. They have Matthew West, who has been somewhat of a super sub this season. Bixo though, trying to create something. He's won a corner for his side.
Yeah, another good driving run down that right-hand side. And you mentioned the bench, and I think this is the type of pitch that will suit someone like Franco Parisi. You know, obviously the experienced player, but very much a technician. And, you know, on difficult pitches, sometimes it is those technical players that are very blessed and they can kill the ball on such a surface.
So APIA now, another set piece for them. They're fifth of the game. Delivery's good. Mitchell has to punch. Can only find Sakia. Still there for APIA. Tamalo has his shot blocked. Still bobbing around. Manly, anywhere will do for them. It's APIA who have started the better since half-time. Helter Skelter in midfield. No one really wanting possession. Now Sakia. You mentioned him. 3 goals in 2 games. Can he spark something for APIA? He tried to link with Murray. Thought he should have just gone on his own. And he can't get it clear.
Yeah, great little dribble there from Sakia. They'll need a bit more of that. APIA. Lovely play one-on-one to get past his player and then drive at that Manly defence. But the pass just overhit a little bit.
Here is Simmons. He can turn it on and find something special. Trying to find a teammate though. Here's Bixo on the edge of the area. Trying to work onto that right boot. Chance for Bixo. Vega was lax in his clearance. It's going to work out for Manly though. Balderson. Nice work from him. Doesn't have a lot of support. 5 APIA defenders around him. Still he soldiers on. He goes to ground. He's going to win the free kick too. Perhaps a card coming. That's the talking to for now, but what about the work there of Scott Balderson?
Yeah, in transition, obviously Bixo had the ball down the other end, and as soon as they were able to rebound there, Manly, Balderson just got the ball down and drove at his players. Went past, who was it, Millgate down on the right side, but Bixo had to come back and in the end gave away a foul. That's exactly what Manly need from Balderson, a bit more direct play. That's his strength.
Another chance at the set piece for Manly. Dejan Pandurovic struck the crossbar in the first half from this kind of range. Sends it in once again. McAllister goes down. APIA get it clear. Ferguson has it for Manly. Now Lobb will send it in. McAllister's peeled off. Tamalo has to tidy up. He's handed it back. Here's Chalakian though. Oh, Chalakian sends it just wide. It seemed to take an age, but it almost slipped past Nachevsky.
Yeah, not a bad bit of combination in the end. McAllister doing a bit of aggressive work there on Tamalo just to give Chalakian the chance to pick up the pieces on the edge of the box. And if he struck that well, it might have tested Nachevsky, but in the end, just striking it wide, Chalakian.
Yeah, Tamalo there. Probably done better in killing the ball. Invited McAllister back in, and Chalakian, haven't seen too much of him around the area so far in Leichhardt Oval, but he only needs a sniff. Nearly turned it into a goal there.
Yeah, it's been a long wait for Chalakian to get back on the scorer sheet. I think the last one for him was back in mid-July, so he has been suspended for a couple of games in the back half of the season, but he'd certainly be keen to get on the score sheet today.
Here is Lundy. Finds Simmons. His pass misdirected though. Nice work from Tapuzzo. Now Uchino. Corey Bixo been involved since half-time. Can he provide the service? Sakia is there. May fall for Murray. Oh, cries of handball. And Leichhardt, Curtans waves those away. Manly will have the throw.
Every time Bixo's getting on that ball, Adam, he's doubled up. Balderson's helping, dropping back, helping Jamie Lobb, and it's not easy. But on that occasion, it was an excellent cross and almost some pieces on the edge of the box for Murray.
Tamalo forced to work. Hacks it long, under the pressure of McAllister. Murray trying to keep this one in. He'll do so. Can't get past Ortred. Ortred has handed it straight back to Simmons. Well done though from Paul in cover. Been well marshalled so far, Sean Simmons.
Yeah, Manly have certainly done their homework. I think doubling up on both flanks, making sure that Simmons and Bixo are really, every time they touch the ball, there are 2 players around them, giving them little chance in that one-on-one situation.
Simmons just giving away the foul there. on Pandurovic.
Warren Grief certainly done his homework. A coach has really, spent a lot of time in the coach education space. So, tactically, both coaches very knowledgeable. They're almost sort of shutting each other out at the moment.
Header will find Chalakian. APIA get away with it though. Uchino. Now Bixo. Getting more and more involved. There you see him. Skips past a couple of defenders, but Lob has it now for Manly. Doesn't have a lot in front of him. APIA getting numbers back. Winning possession. Here's Millgate. And just a couple of times this afternoon, both like to play football, keep it on the deck. They've sort of gone away from that at times.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty compressed game. Both teams, there's not a lot of space in that midfield, and I think, the touch on this surface is obviously, they're not feeling extremely confident in knocking it around in that midfield, but you'd certainly like to see a bit more of that.
Now McAllister, important header from him, trying to play in Chalakian, but Puzo got back in cover. APIA captain again, getting on the ball. Nice touch. Has Simmons overlapping, trying to play him in now. That's a good ball. Nice work in cover by Ortred, but has to concede the corner. So another chance for APIA.
Good disciplined defending there from Travis Ortred. The ball in behind. He's right back, Kieran Paul, and he had to come out of central defence, but very important he got to Simmons there.
So corners starting to mount now for APIA. This is their 6th. Simmons service. Always on song. Can he do it likewise here? It's a good ball once again. Manly do enough. It was Millgate's header that was meek and wide. Still we wait for our opening goal.
Yeah, good corner there from Simmons. And Millgate, he's wasted a bit of possession when the ball's been at his feet, but on that occasion, not a bad effort to climb over the top of the Manly defence, but not able to get it on target.
Of course, if we do not have a goal in the 90 minutes, we will go to extra time and then penalties. Much like last weekend, that's how Manly booked their place against Rockdale. That could be a factor as well, the extra miles in the legs over the last 7 days. Here's Sakia. Working hard to get in behind. Can't find Simmons though. Still there for APIA. In a sense they're starting to go to another level. Can they strike here? Not with a pass like that from Simmons. Oh, Pandurovic gets taken down. Free kick. Nice feet from him. Lundy committing the foul.
Yeah, look, he was boxed in there, Pandurovic, so he had to use a little bit of magic there. Lovely feet to get the ball out onto his right foot and draw the attention of Simmons there, and terrific bit of play. Sort of drifted out of the game. Started so well, Pandurovic. I think Manly really need to get him involved a bit more.
McAllister fighting hard against Josh Simmons and Depuzo. So too Pandurovic. Once again showcases his skill. Thought for more money that was a free kick, but Kurt Ames waves them away.
Yeah, Pandurovic a bit frustrated there. Wanted the reward for that lovely bit of work.
Here's Ortred. Both just cancelling each other out. That's a poor ball from the Manly defender. He may have invited APIA in. Murray, Sakia. Still there for Sakia. Gets bundled down. Free kick. And this is a chance for APIA. This is the range of that man, Adrian Uchino. Here's the replay. Again, it's Ortred committing the foul.
Yeah, Ortred did initially gave the ball away, and then he got a terrific block on for Sakia, trying to play the ball into Murray. But then as the ball fell out to Sakia, he bundled him over, and he's given away a free kick, dangerous position.
Two of the best exponents in this competition there on screen, Adrian Uchino and Sean Simmons. A great chance for APIA. Dylan Mitchell madly trying to set his wall. Uchino to strike it. It's not a bad one. Oh, it didn't miss by much at all. Centimetres in it, deflected. Here is the replay. Mitchell was wrong-footed.
Deflected off the edge of the wall there, and just wide of Dylan Mitchell. right-hand post. Uchino packs a punch at those set-piece situations and almost got lucky on that occasion.
Still there though for APIA. At the set piece, it'll be Simmons. You sense APIA starting to take control of this one. False start for Simmons. Kurt Amps just tidying up a bit of push and shove in the middle. Simmons delivers it. Good ball again. Manly get it clear for now. Uchino. Take two for him. Simmons keeps it in. Oh, Murray with a spectacular. Not a bad effort in the end.
APIA really up the ante here, second half, Adam. They're on the front foot, sending men forward at set pieces and really committed on the edge of the box. There was Murray. Much better from APIA to start the second half.
Well, we talked about some of the spectacular goals we've seen in grand finals in recent times. That probably would have topped the lot from Jordan Murray. 4 goals in his last 4 appearances.
He does look sharp and very confident. He doesn't take, as soon as that opportunity comes, he just takes his first instinct, and that's what you want to see from a striker.
Oh, he's Chalakian getting past a couple, gets pulled down. Free kick and a card coming. Is that the captain?
It is the captain.
Raposo goes into the book, and it is end to end. Now it's Manly with a chance at the set piece. They can be as lethal.
Bit going on behind the play there. I thought Panjurovic was bundled over. Lundy was the player nearest to him. Kurt Arms is having a chat to him, it looks like.
Wait and see if any further action coming for Brandon Lundy. Just the talking to at the moment, but chance now for Manly to put the pressure on APIA. Just as we were saying, APIA looks to be warming to the task. Lee Eggers there, so to Dejan Pandurovic. We've already seen what Pandurovic can do so far this afternoon. He has come the closest, striking the crossbar in the first half. Now it's Nichevsky settling his ball. 5 men in it. You can see him trying to sort things out desperately. Chance for Manly. Here is Pandurovic. Oh, comfortable save for Nichevsky. Sends it long. Can only send it to Manly. And Lundy sends it into touch.
60-minute mark, half an hour to go. This is usually the time we start to see Warren Grieve look towards Nikola Taneski between now and the next few minutes. So that's one to watch. Maybe he'll hold him back a little bit with the potential of extra time as well.
Yeah, we've seen McAllister in recent weeks put in that 60-minute, 65-minute shift, and then you see, as you said, Taneski and even Marco Sama come in, and I really felt that lifted Manly to another gear last weekend.
Yeah, it was certainly the case in the elimination final against Olympic as well. Taneski provided so much, and Sama, so much impetus off the bench. So they're 2 substitutions, and they're usually for Balderson and McAllister, so certainly keep an eye on that one.
Here's Millgate. Balderson, has he left a stud showing there? He's going in the book. The Manly midfielder. First Manly player. Here's Balderson.
He's been pretty good in the finals, Scott Balderson, but he does have a bit of a reputation. I think 7 yellow cards throughout the regular season, and he certainly left some on Nathan Millgate there.
He certainly caught a piece of Millgate, who looks to be okay. Just getting back to his feet now. And we mentioned before the late withdrawal of Sean O'Connell does unbalance APIA a little bit.
Yeah, that looks like Daniel Cummins might be looking to his bench.
Wait and see on that one. Simmons plays it short to Millgate. Dangerous ball again. Nuatamalo knocks it down. Murray sniffing it, and Paul will see it clear. So another corner. That's their 8th. Looks like it's going to be Franco Parisi who's warming up for APIA. So watch that one. So it looks like Daniel Cummins will make the first change. Can APIA find the first goal here? Simmons delivers. Oh, Mitchell didn't get there. And a take 2, another corner.
So much traffic on all of these corners and set pieces. There's so many tall players in the box, and that's not easy for the keepers. We've seen Mitchell come out a couple of times and struggle. We've seen Nichevsky the same at the other end. So these are not easy moments for the goalkeeper.
Hearts in the mouths for Manly fans at Leichhardt in that very moment. Now it's Uchino trying to keep the pressure on APIA. Ooh, lob. Simmons is sizing this one up. Alltred got the body in the way. We are going to get the change now for APIA. It is going to be Franco Parisi. We'll see who makes way.
Substitution for APIA Leichhardt Tigers.
We can't actually see the board. It's malfunctioning at the moment. It's going to be Jordan Murray to make way, which is a surprising change. It's one they made in the FFA Cup as well against Blacktown. It will be Franco Parisi, so an interesting switch there from Daniel Cummins.
Yeah, and it looks like Sakia's moved up into that number 9 role, probably the shortest number 9 in the NPL, and Franco Parisi's slotted in Sakia's number 10 role, and here he is calling for the ball.
Murray has looked the most lively, but anyway, we'll play no further part. The first change made by APIA. We expect Manly to follow fairly quickly. Here is Paul. He goes without it, ran into a wall of APIA defenders. Tapuzo. Mixed well with Simmons. Well marshalled though by Alltred. Now Chalakian. Oh, that's Parisi in behind. He may go into the book, just seconds from coming on. He does. And probably fair enough.
Yeah, I think so. He came in late there, Franco Parisi, and clear yellow card moment there. Tough tackle.
It is hard to get
be careful
into the swing of things coming off the bench.
That is a bit of a surprise though to see Jordan Murray. He looked a little bit lively, edge of the box, couple of moments. So
Tamalo and Nichevsky not reading from the same script. The defender wanted his defender to keep it, and APIA have made a meal of this. And Lundy gives away the foul. No, Panzurovic.
Looks like Taneski's been called over here.
So that change we spoke about, 60th to 65th minute, looks pretty much on the script.
And hasn't he got something to prove after last season at Sydney United, here on the big occasion, and they missed out. So he's got a point to prove. And you'll remember the bomb he scored in that earlier game in the season.
Here's McAllister. Nice touch from him. Sura goes without it. Tamalo surges forward. Now Millgate. Finds Sakia. You sense it's going to be a moment of magic to split these sides this afternoon. Can Parisi provide that? Now Sakia. Oh, nearly fell to Simmons. Simmons gives away the foul though. Looks like we're going to get that change for Manly.
It's usually been Balderson, so let's see if that's the way it goes.
Exactly right. Scott Balderson to play no further part. Of course, has picked up a card this afternoon, so that could have been in the thinking.
And also worked so hard in tracking back to help his left back Jamie Lobb. So that's about the standard sort of game time that he's been getting, Scott Balderson.
So Nikola Taneski gets his chance. Can he provide that spark? Certainly did that last weekend against Rockdale. So McAllister goes without it. Simmons links with Tapuzo. Parisi. She's a little heavy for Sakia. Alltred has to concede the throw.
Yeah, Parisi already, they're looking to play the ball into the number 10. Such a key figure at this club for so long. You wonder if he'll continue on. This could be.
Nice work from Parisi. Finds Simmons. Now Sakia. Pass is starting to stick for APIA. Uchino finds Bixo. Has drifted out in the last few minutes. Gets to the byline though. Cross is a good one. Oh, just wouldn't sit for Simmons. Still there perhaps for Parisi. Good tackling cover by Kieran Paul. Hasn't he been good today?
Been a tough gig for him, but he certainly kept Simmons quiet so far.
Sakia. The stage is set for all the big name players. They come alive in the big moments. This one is up for grabs here at Leichhardt Oval. Lundy, nice work, gets behind Ferguson. Can he provide the delivery? Manly getting numbers back again. Just breaking down in that final third for APIA.
Yes, with Simmons being so well marked by Paul, that's important for Lundy to try and get forward as often as possible down that left-hand side.
Chino. Give the Millgate some work to do. You saw the ball bobble. And out for a throw.
Yeah, he struggled on the surface tonight, Nathan Millgate. Some of his touches and passing hasn't been quite on song.
Now Sakia. Simmons, touch was heavy, paid the price. Matsura. Shalakian. Sets Pandurovic on his bike, but not quick enough for that one. Here is Lundy. APIA win the throw.
Fitness really comes into it. We see in the middle of the pitch David Depuza having a bit of a stretch, but fitness has been such a key part of a feature for both these sides. I think Manly, they've had a bit of extra work. Adam Watterson, who used to be at the West Sydney Wanderers, he's been working with them for one night a week throughout the season, and they've been finishing games strong, but so have APIA. That's been a real feature. Daniel Cummins really worked them hard in the pre-season.
Nice ball from McAllister. Once Taneski and Matsura. His communication breaking down. So just about 20 minutes remain of normal time in the 2017 PlayStation 4 National Premier League's New South Wales Men's Grand Final. It is APIA 0, Manly 0. We weren't expecting this.
Yeah, very cagey, I think very tight game, and we've seen Manly just improve throughout the year, and I think APIA giving them the respect. You know, the way Manly have shaped up defensively, getting those, doubling up in those wide areas has really been a real tactical feature of this game. So well done to Warren Greaves so far. Can Manly see it out though?
Both with an attacking arsenal, but cancelling each other out at the moment. May open up for Depuzo. Finds Bixo. Lobbed it enough just to set him off his game. Again, still there for Bixo. Sakia. Nice touch. Parisi. Oh, try to link again with Sakia. Manly doing enough to see out the danger.
364. 3,364. On behalf of the Board of Football New South Wales, I'd like to thank you all for your attendance this afternoon and making today's spectacle the game and the day that it is. Thank you.
So both coaches have gone to the bench. The first roll of the dice.
You just saw the combination there on the edge of the box, and that's really what Daniel Cummins is hoping for with Sakia and Parisi. Not quite connecting there. Well read again by Manly in defence, but that's what he's looking for.
Here's Chalakian. Lethal with the ball at his feet. He's got McAllister forward, trying to pick him out now. Delivery was good. Simmons has to concede the corner.
Yeah, good play there again from Brendan Chalakian. McAllister always presenting. He's probably gone over his allotted time. He's into the 72nd minute, and he's still running strong though, Dylan McAllister, and obviously the experience in a grand final situation. Maybe Warren Greaves keeping him on a little bit longer.
Light starting to take effect as the sun sets on Leichhardt Oval. Pandurovic trying to spark something for Manly. Oh, McAllister's there! What a save from Ivan Nachevsky.
Talk about experience, both players there. Dylan McAllister, the 35-year-old, to be denied by the 37-year-old Ivan Nachevsky. Great save, reflexes to his right. Lovely set piece though from Pandurovic.
It's still there for Manly. Pandurovic, take two for him. Not quite on that delivery. Parisi hasn't done enough. Oh, Taneski just fell at a crucial time. Oh, McAllister is going in the book. Knew what he was doing. APIA had some numbers to break. Hasn't this one come to life all of a sudden?
Yeah, lovely set piece, and McAllister, we talked about his goal scoring form. He's really come to life in these finals, and you know, Warren Greaves done well. Just to keep him on here, and it almost rewarded. But what about the save from Ivan Nichevsky? Hasn't had a lot to do, and certainly in terms of shot stopping, and his reflexes came to the fore there.
Well won by Ortred. Chalakian going to win this one. Has lethal pace. Getting in behind Depuzo. Nice work from Chalakian. Opening up for the Manly striker. Still there for Chalakian. Cries of handball for the Manly fans. Simmons didn't deal with it. Still there for Manly. Taneski. Oh, and APIA at 6s and 7s at the back.
Yeah, that moment, Chalakian, terrific driving run from the right-hand side through the middle, and a bit of panic from Josh Simmons in the end. Didn't quite clear it. Taneski might have done better with that second ball opportunity.
It's a few times today Josh Simmons handed over possession in the final third for Manly, trying to play up from the back. Not needed on that occasion.
So tense and tight, this one.
Here's Chalakian, starting to put an imprint on this game. Wants a free kick, will get one. I think too, just on McAllister, the stop-start nature of this game probably helps him. Doesn't burn so much energy and can play a little bit longer.
Absolutely. I think the fact that they've also gone long to him, to try and hit him either on the chest, and there hasn't been a lot of build-up play from the back, so there hasn't been a lot of wasted energy doing pressing.
It's a chance again though at the set piece for Manly. Starting to mount. Durovic again to provide the delivery. Goes far post. It's well won in the end by Ego once again. Just can't interest Nichevsky.
You know they're going to him, but he keeps getting heads on it. Lee Ego.
APIA get us underway quickly. Time continues to tick. Just 15 minutes of normal time remain. It is Manly 0, APIA 0. We will go to extra time. We're still level at the end of the 90. Simmons looking to change that for APIA. Trying to find Bixo. Touch was heavy though. Lundy was giving Milgate some work to do. Did it well though. Had to win the ball. May just open up here for Milgate. Again, just the touch not sticking in that final third. Now Sakia. Parisi. I thought it might fall to Sakia, but Manly did enough. Ferguson. Bandurovic. It's all happening at the moment at Leichhardt Oval. Kieran Paul. His touch deserted him.
It's been an unhappy night on the ball for Milgate, but on that occasion, didn't he have to come to the rescue for APIA? That would have opened up for Taneski. In the end, he gave it up, but he just looks a little bit ginger there on that right side, Milgate. I wonder if...
Playing on, Simmons and Paul come together. Kurdam says play on. Sakia has it. Running at Ortred into the area. Oh, still there for Sakia. Only get it clear though now. Matsura getting back in cover. Manly had to go to penalties last weekend. When does that start having an effect? APIA able to rest.
Wonder if Cummins is certainly, he may be thinking about a little bit more penetration down that right-hand side. And certainly, you know, moving Simmons over to that right-hand side from central defence and maybe bringing on Vlastelica will give them a little bit more potency down that right. We'll see how he goes with this. Milgate's obviously got a lot of legs, and but just they need a little bit more on that right-hand side.
Milgate takes the throw. Bixo heads it on. Now Chalakian. Matsura. Touch was heavy, but Taneski tidied up for him. And McAllister fighting hard with Moata Marlow. Oh, Chalakian. Not happy with that decision. And just has to watch things. It's a warning for Kurt Ams, but APIA waste little time. Finding Sean Simmons. He can spark something. Trying to find Sakia. Bixo's there. Uchino. Will he size this one up from range? He turns it over to Pandurovic. A bit lax the touch there from the APIA midfielder. Taneski That's Matsura. He turns over possession. Things getting a little sloppy at Leichhardt Oval in the last 10 or so minutes. Parisi almost opened up for Sakia. Or tread again. Been good this afternoon. Cut out the danger. Pandurovic, Chalakian overlapping. Wants it back. He gets it back. Here is Chalakian, a danger. May open up for him. Chance for Taneski at the far post. This is it for Manly. Oh, it's off the post.
Wow.
Well, the chances haven't been better than that one. Nacheski was beaten, and Nikola Taneski was almost a hero.
Terrific transition from Manly there. And Taneski, we talked about last season and being on the wrong end of the grand final scoreline with Sydney United, and what a chance that was. You thought for all money he was going to put that in the back of the net, but the post coming to Apia's rescue there.
Milgate has to be careful. He's lost the throw here. Took his time giving it back.
Again, Chalakian so influential in that build-up, and he is becoming such a key player in the second half.
His pace in between the lines, making life interesting for the Apia defence. And that was the moment. It's as close as we've come the second time they've hit the woodwork today, Manly. Nikola Taneski, the impact off the bench, almost to full effect. Still we wait for an opening goal. Matsura finds Taneski. Milgate has conceded a corner. Hasn't had a good afternoon. The Apia right back.
Taneski's a new challenge for him too, fresh legs, and he is the go-to. When Manly bring him on, you tend to find a lot of the ball gets pushed out to that left-hand side, and they try and expose, on this occasion today, Milgate in those one-on-one situations.
Here is the chance to Nikola Taneski. Had time to size it up. Beat Macheski, but couldn't beat the right post. Chance again for Manly. Pandurovic couldn't beat the first defender. Lundy will get it clear. Ferguson. Uchino went without it. Matsura. Chalakian, he's been the threat. Making things happen for Manly. Not going to win a free kick there though. 10 minutes of normal time remain here at Leichhardt Oval. It is Apia 0, Manly 0. It's been a 13-year wait for Apia to taste championship success. It's been 22 for Manly. The drought will end to 1 here at Leichhardt. The goal drought end inside the 90. Martamalo, that's a good ball over the top. Simmons gets in behind. Can he provide the service? Not a bad effort. May fall for Bixo. Nice work from Egger though in cover. And Bixo concedes the foul.
Yeah, looked like he was just about in there. And Egger, what about that bit of defending? Looked like he'd missed out and Bixo was in. But Egger was able to recover and just get the tackle in there. And fortunately for Manly, they got the free kick just after that.
Well, 81 minutes gone, just reflecting on the game so far. It's really been Manly. Nacheski made a great save a little earlier, then Taneski hit the post.
Yeah, I think Apia have started well in both halves, but as the halves have gone on, it's Manly who've really come home the stronger. And certainly here with Taneski, Chalakian looks like he's full of run as well. And, Apia really lacking a target up front. Maybe Matty West is needed up front. At the moment, they're not really able to stick with Sakia in that number 9 role.
Here is Paul. A great job on Sean Simmons so far this afternoon. They open up for Pandurovic. Oh, gets bundled down. Wants a free kick, but he's given it away by handling the ball. And we are going to get a change from both sides. Matthew West preparing. It's going to be a striker. He sends for both. First for Apia, Matthew West to replace Adrian Uchino. West has been somewhat of a super sub this season. And for Manly, it is going to be that change we spoke about. Dylan McAllister, his afternoon is done. 82 minutes gone, and Marco Sama, such a threat off the bench this season.
Yeah, both coaches feeling perhaps that we're headed to extra time. They've waited to bring on their number 9, their reserve striker. Matty West has gone into that number 9 role, and that's meant that Franco Parisi's pushed back alongside the Puzzo, and you'll see Tsakia back in that number 10 role. And it's a straight swap on the other hand for Manly, so a number 9 for a number 9.
Both have proven effective this year, have scored goals, crucial goals off the bench for their sides. And Marco Sama, didn't he make a difference in that game against Rockdale last weekend?
Yeah, and even as I said, against Sydney Olympic as well, I thought he was terrific. You know, his link-up play and his hold-up play off the bench was so critical. Coming across from Parramatta mid-season has been a real asset for Manly.
Scored the sealer against Blacktown City FC to eliminate them. Of course, today the first grand final in 4 years that hasn't featured Blacktown.
And Adam, I watched a lot of NPL 2 last season, and you know, I saw a lot of this Matty West. He was playing for the Mounties Wanderers, and so he's taken the step up to NPL 1 this season, and hasn't quite probably played as much as he would have hoped, but he's a sharpshooter, a terrific striker, and he certainly can provide a finish if they can get the ball service to him.
So Josh Simmons finds Parisi, Lundy, Sean Simmons, Apia starting to put the passes together. Nice ball from Parisi. Finds Lundy. Manly getting players back though. He's clogging up the lines. Parisi trying to find that man West. Well done again from Egger. What a performance from him today. Both sides of the pitch. Sama, nice touch. Finds Matsura, Chalakian. Every time they've threatened, it's come from their number 10. Taneski. Has he won a corner? No.
Yeah, and good work on that occasion from Bixo. Just to work back and help out Nathan Milgate. They realised Taneski with his fresh legs. And that's been a real feature for both sides. Doubling up in those wide areas just to make sure that they realise that that's a threat on both sides. So they've almost sort of nullified each other out.
Well, if you're familiar with this competition over the 2017 season, it's known for its late drama. Do we have some in store here? Just 5 minutes of normal time remain. We do need a winner. Extra time and penalties to follow. Certainly know the late drama. Rockdale conceded in the final seconds last weekend to take it to extra time. Chalakian, Milgate beats him out. Parisi, Sakia. Parisi overlapping. Has he won a corner? No, he hasn't. Goal kick. And it's Ortred again, doing the job for Manly.
Yeah, the work between Orchard and Paul on the right-hand side of Manly's defence has been very solid. Obviously, they've identified that as a real key area, but I've got to pay respects also to Dejan Pandurovic and his work to track back and help Kieran Paul make sure that Simmons doesn't get any one-on-one situations. That's been a real feature for Manly. And Warren Grieve, we hear that Paul D's in the house, and he may be back for next season at Manly, but you know, Warren Grieve tactically today, I think he's done a really good job to nullify Apia.
Here's Taneski, came the closest to finding a goal. Split these two sides at Leichhardt. Here's Sama, dangerous on the edge of the area. He's teed it up for Chalakian. Oh, Nacheski makes another fine save.
Yeah, great save again, Ivan Nacheski, but the work from Chalakian. Again, excellent play from Manly, edge of the box, I thought. The combination, Sama is already making an impact, Taneski too.
Brendan Chalakian, his second half, hasn't he been influential? So close.
And those fresh legs around him is really helping him. Got targets to his left and through the middle.
It's Apia all of a sudden trying to conjure something of their own. Manly have lifted last 10 or so minutes. We wind down here at Leichhardt. Sakia can't play in Simmons. Kieran Paul does the job. Matsura, Marco Sama, nice touch again. Chalakian fighting hard. Does well to win possession. Matsura and Manly have the numbers. Here is Pandurovic. Sama's there as well. Pandurovic. He thought he wanted to have a shot. It's worked out though. It's a corner.
Yeah, probably in two minds there. He wasn't sure to shoot or have a cross, but I thought Brandon Lundy did really well there just to get back. And but it's Manly now, streaming forward. These last 5 or 10 minutes, they're really getting those transition, and they're picking up the ball between the two lines, between Depuzo and the APIA defence.
You can hear the crowd at Leichhardt Oval starting to get into this one. It is up for grabs in the final seconds. Nachevsky comes and he gets there well.
Exactly what you want from your keeper 2 minutes before the 90.
Hasn't he been good today? That's a great ball in behind from Milgate. Chance for Sakia! Oh, Mitchell makes a fine save again. Well, these keepers, they have been top draw this afternoon.
Great transition moment from APIA, and Sakia hasn't seen too many moments in space, but still full of run there on the transition for APIA. And Mitchell hasn't had much to do in the second half, but didn't he have to be alert? Sharp down to his right.
And Tezuku Sakia, we mentioned earlier, 3 goals this season against Manly. Hasn't been that involved today. Very nearly there. Now Simmons trying to get in behind. Manly get it clear through lob. Depuzo. Ball falls to Matsura. It's end-to-end all of a sudden at Leichhardt. Pandurovic. Manly surging forward. Matsura will let it run.
It's taking control, Sasha Matsura. You can see that experience the last 3 grand finals. Knows what's at stake here.
Pandurovic. Simmons turned into danger. Sama. And Lundy concedes the throw. So the final seconds of normal time. We'll wait to see how long is left. It is tense stuff here at Leichhardt Oval. Franco Parisi only has Matthew West ahead of him. Bixo's overlapping. Nice ball from West.
Terrific early ball.
3 minutes of added time. Oh, great tackle again in cover from the Manly captain, Jamie Lobb. They have been so good at the back today in crucial times. And Durovic has some room to move. Now it's Manly on the attack. Marco Sama trying to find the perfect ball for Taneski. It was Chalakian. Taneski now trying to link with Sama. He's got him behind, but was pulling the shirt of Lundy.
And it looks like it might be a player down for APIA looking for a bit of assistance. The cramp setting in, and both sets of players are tiring here. Warren Grieve in the build-up, really talking about that determination. And, you know, grand finals, not only about composure, but that desire at the end of the game. You know, and these are really key moments.
That's it, that's the difference. When things are as tight as this, who wants it bad enough? So Temba Muatamalo with it for APIA. Fingernails getting shorter around Leichhardt. Can West still in here? Well done again from Ortred. Mitchell will tidy up.
And for Daniel Cummins, a couple of real key themes for him this season have been about mentality and accountability. And so this is really when it counts. You know, there's been a lot of work on that in the APIA squad this season, and coming into such a tight finish here, mentality absolutely critical.
Well, two of the most attacking sides in this competition in 2017 had their chances. Still we wait for a goal. Is there a final twist? Parisi trying to play in Sean Simmons. In a game of chess so far this afternoon. Depuzo, the captain. Can he spark his side length? Sakia, Lee Egger, all over the back of him. Here's Matsura. 30 seconds remain. Is this the final chance? Chalakian does well. Gets in behind of Simmons. Into the area! Oh, Chalakian needed a cooler head. And he sprayed the shot.
Yeah, not quite the finish there for Manly, but the signs are with them at the moment. They're finishing the game extremely strong. And, you know, they've been playing week in, week out. And, you know, we question whether they would be able to run out the game, but in fact they're the ones finishing the game much the stronger.
So time is up here at Leichhardt Oval. Nichevsky starts us once again. Just a handful of seconds remain. Ferguson went without it. Simmons. West is overlapping. Rob has a job to do. West has possession for APIA. Milgate sends it in the mixer. Sakia, a danger. And handball. And you sense that will just about be that. There's confirmation. Kurt Ams finishes things. 93 minutes gone at Leichhardt Oval. Still we wait for a goal. The deadlock hasn't been broken. And that means extra time in the 2017 PlayStation 4 National Premier League's Grand Final. Full time after the 90 minutes. Extra time awaits. APIA 0, Manly 0. A quick break. We'll return.
Got players ahead of him. Pandurovic going to go on his own though. Taneski, he's got some room to move. Nikola Taneski! What a strike that is! Oh, it's something special. Have a lot of support. He's going to have to go on his own. He's still there in the area. Cox! Oh, what a goal! Control. He's got support. Choi's going to go on his own though. Danny Choi! He has a second goal. Come up with a spectacular. Here is Chalakian! Nikas with it. Oh, Nikas is going to try something! Oh, Paddy Nikas! He has done it again!
Malia, he has a shot to left hand, shot it!
Yes, welcome back to Leichhardt Oval. If you are just joining us, 0-0 at the end of the 90 minutes. We are off to extra time. We are not done yet. Adam Santarossa and Tony Tanous here in commentary. And Tony, some tired players out there. They've got 30 minutes left.
Yeah, and you know, obviously Manly coming off a game last week where they did play over extra time, but you know, just having a look at the stats, and certainly in the second half, I felt, you know, Manly, APIA started the second half really well, but Manly again, just as in the first half, they were the team finishing the stronger. So, you know, certainly the shots on target, 8-2, and in the end, Ivan Nichevsky making a couple of screamer saves, didn't he? Dylan McAllister. And then Chalakian. So, look, I think Manly certainly finished the stronger, and the impetus that Marco Sama, and in particular Nikola Tanevski have brought off the bench is really a threat to APIA. I think Matty West and Franco Parisi really need to lift for APIA. They've come on in the second half as well, and they really need to inject themselves in the game as much as possible.
And of course, Manly United no extra time well. They were there last weekend against Rockdale. Saw a goal to each side in that one. In the end, having to go to penalties to book their place in the grand final. You see APIA coach Daniel Cummins still has one change up his sleeve. All the talk pre-game was a goal fest. case here at
Really setting up defensively. I think APIA, we've said throughout the season, for me, they've been the most organised and functional side in the NPL. Manly, in the second half of the season, have really matched them for that organisation and tactical discipline. And so what we're seeing in this grand final is very much two teams that are cancelling each other out. Same formations, 4-4, 4-2-3-1, and yeah, it's very tight.
It is up for grabs. We are into overtime. 30 minutes of extra time awaits us here at Leichhardt Oval. Will it be APIA or Manly United? We mentioned the wait. 14 years without a championship for APIA, 22 for Manly. They will have to wait a little longer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you're watching. We are going worldwide on the NPL NSW Facebook page. Adam Santarossa and Tony Tanous in commentary. Ivan Nichevsky with it. Has been APIA's hero this afternoon. He sends it long. Oh, it may open up for Sakia. Here's a chance for APIA! Still there for Sakia. Oh, Mitchell! Somehow, APIA don't have a goal.
Wow.
It was Sakia, and then it was Corey Bixo. Neither could put the finishing touches. We had to wait 90 minutes. It was almost 40 seconds into extra time. Just as fans were finding their seats again, APIA. Somehow, it's not 1-0.
Yeah, and it's interesting that they've started each sector of this game, the first half, the second half, and now the first half of extra time. On the front foot, APIA. And can they keep it up, though, this time? We found that Manly have worked their way back into the game. Here's the chance.
Yeah, it's a great save from Mitchell again. Bixo. Players of their quality, any other day, you think they take it. But that's the pressure of a grand final. Matsura. He finds Pandurovic. Jalakian surging forward. Do Manly have a chance? Pandurovic into the area. Goes down. Play on. It's Sakia. And the 90's been cagey. Not so much extra time. Sakia surges forward. West goes without it.
He's full of running though, to Susuka Sakia. Still going strong.
Newgate lifts it short for Parisi. Chalakian. It's a lovely ball again. Flag is up though.
Yeah, Pandurovic just going a little bit too early there. He saw Chalakian in space and he thought he was going to dink one in behind the high APIA line, but they were able to hold their line and Pandurovic went just a touch too early there. Tired legs, as you say, Adam, and both coaches still have one substitution to make.
Interesting to see who the options are. Of course, Mitchell Rook came on late on last weekend, but not in the squad today.
Yeah, and he was a player who was familiar with Grand Final Day last year. He actually scored in the under-20s Grand Final on Grand Final Day for Manly. They ended up losing that game, but I was surprised not to see him in the squad today. Came on against Olympic as well when Dom Ferguson got injured in the elimination final. But yeah, they've gone with Joseph Fox and Sam Wilson, who's another wide player.
Pandurovic has done well. Can he keep it in? He's got Taneski. Well, he did the hard work. Thought it had gone over the byline. We play on. Nice work from Pandurovic. He's won a corner.
He's been very good, Dejan Pandurovic. Drifted out for moments of the game, but whenever he's been on the ball, he's looked very dangerous, and he certainly made, Brandon Lundy do a lot of defensive work.
So APIA Leichhardt, all smiles on the bench. Maybe not after this set piece. Manly have fired their shots this afternoon. They have come the closest. Can Jamie Logg provide the service? Good looking ball in. Ega has it taken off his head from Moata Malo. Now Chalakian. Nice work from the central defender, Sakia.
Excellent work from the former Sydney FC youth player, Moata Malo.
Now West will look up and see a host of Manly defenders. Sakia helping him out. Coming to life in extra time. Nice work from Sakia. Manly get away with it. Paul hooked out by Ortred.
Yeah, they got a bit scattered in transition into defence there, but good, desperate defending. Paul was in the middle, lob was out on the right, but Paul did well in the middle of that defence.
Anywhere will do for Manly. Larkin making Millgate work. Throw will go to Manly. Don't know what's powering Brendan Chalakian, but does not look tired. Not himself ragged tonight.
Yeah, certainly that little break before the finals when he did cop that suspension after the red card against APIA probably recharged the batteries a little bit, and he's certainly running strong in the grand final.
Now it's APIA in midfield. Capuzzo, so experienced, sizing up with the left foot. Oh, the captain forces a strong save from Mitchell.
Not a bad effort at all from Capuzzo, and Mitchell again to his right hand side. Had to be alert. Good play though from Capuzzo.
So experienced, the APIA midfielder. Did not play in that FFA Cup round of 16 clash against Blacktown due to a bit of hamstring tightness, we were told. Doesn't seem to be phasing him here.
Yeah, I think that week and a bit off has really helped a player like Capuzzo.
Now it's APIA with a chance at the set piece. Millgate the target. Only do enough. Who's that captain we spoke about? Bixo. Sakia just slipped. Covered in time. Bixo overlapping. Mandirovic wins the battle. Strong challenge from Millgate, I think it is. Well, the pendulum is swinging here at Leichhardt Oval. Either side really taking control.
It's certainly a better start to this extra time period from APIA. They looked out on their feet towards the end of that normal time, and I think they've really lifted a bit at the start of the extra time period.
Here is Parisi. Nice skill from him. Bixo. Delivery's good to the far post. There's a chance. Here's Simmons on the follow-up. Shot was blocked.
Great work.
Ortred again, getting in the way. Overlapping. Parisi. Capuzzo. Simmons has stayed down for APIA. Looks in some trouble. It's West going forward. Parisi. Surging into the area where Simmons is prone on the turf, and Ams has just pulled up play. In fact, he's given a free kick away. So here's a chance for APIA. They have come close from the set piece.
Parisi starting to get on the ball too, and that's a really important sign for APIA. He was quiet in that second half after he came on, but coming to life now.
Sean Simmons, there you see him in the background just hobbling. Sprung to his feet pretty quickly when they got a free kick. He's the set piece specialist along with Uchino, who is off the ground, substituted, so looks like it'll be Simmons. Matthew West there as well. Dylan Mitchell has some work ahead of him. Is this the moment for APIA to take control of this grand final? In fact, it's going to be West to take it. Oh, it's off the line. West on the follow-up. And always going over.
Kieran Paul, I think it is, the right back. Some terrific work to drop back onto his keeper's line there and come to the rescue.
He's read that superbly. Obviously they set the wall thinking it was Sean Simmons, the left footer.
What a play from Kieran Paul. Saw a goal line clearance from APIA in the first half. That occasion, Manly United.
Well, Kieran Paul was man of the match last weekend against Rockdale. He will go close today if Manly win it. Chalakian. Taneski. Chance for Manly now to find our opening goal. Chalakian again. Such a menace. Can't quite find Marco Sama though in the area. Sean Simmons gets pulled down. Matsura it was giving away the foul. Simmons wasted little time. Sakia Simmons overlapping, trying to find West, can only find Lob. Now Matsura. Sama. Pandurovic. Refused to give up on it, but Lundy did well. Chevsky has made hard work of that. Lundy forced to concede the throw. And
bit of space starting to open up in that midfield. Makura there finding a transition opportunity, and
that's Sama. Trying to pick out Taneski, but APIA have numbers back.
Here is that space.
Sakia. Parisi. Surging forward, the veteran. Can he find something special? Oh, just wouldn't sit for him. Egger again across.
Yeah, becoming really stretched now this match. Both sets of players tiring significantly. Hard work for the midfielders.
Well, both have seen plenty of action. Of course, APIA did have FA Cup games, Waratah Cup as well.
41 games this season for APIA. It's been some season. Talk about wanting players across the country to play more games, and you know, with the Waratah Cup, the FFA Cup, there's so many games. 41's quite a season.
And NPL finals to come for APIA, courtesy of finishing first and claiming the premiership. They will represent the NPL of New South Wales in the coming weeks.
Yeah, Adelaide City next Saturday. That's going to be some game. Kick off the NPL final series. Exciting game being played at Adelaide City Park in Oakden.
Nice ball forward from Parisi. It's opened up for Sakia. Across the face, it's a chance for West. May fall for Simmons. No, Pandurovic beats him to it. Just on APIA's involvement, as Sama just concedes the foul with a high foot towards Moata Marlow. NPL New South Wales sides have done okay in the National Premier Leagues.
Absolutely, 3 out of the 4 editions. They've tasted victory, and you know, I think they certainly go into it with high hopes.
Here's Big Soap trying to spark something for APIA.
Adelaide City obviously losing the grand final last night in South Australia, but it won't be an easy. If they get over Adelaide City, I think they play the winner of Bayswater and Heidelberg, so it won't be an easy passage. But I think for now they're focused entirely on the next 20 minutes here.
Yeah, we're probably the only two talking about it at this point. Here's Parisi. He's certainly added something to APIA since coming on. He's won a free kick here.
That was a lovely bit of footwork there. The skipper, they really need him. Oh, he's not technically the skipper, but I think, you know, in terms of the squad, he is the leader. And here he is over the dead ball.
You see Warren Grieve talking to the 4th official. Wasn't happy with that decision. Big So. Trying to find Sakia. Hasn't he been busy in his first period of extra time?
I think he looks much more comfortable in that number 10 role. He played about 10 minutes in that 9 role. I don't think it really suits.
Now Simmons. Sakia opening up for the APIA man. Just doesn't sit for him. Parisi. Sean Simmons hasn't had too many chances, trying to conjure something. Again, he's met by Manly Wall. Oh, Manly just getting in each other's road. Here's West! Oh, it's off the post! Great save again from Mitchell.
Wow, what a save that was from Mitchell.
Well,
on the follow-up. Corey Bitchko again.
We have had to wait for a goal. You can't come much closer. Woodwork tested yet again. This time it's APIA. Here is West. Keepers have been top draw this afternoon.
Couple of worldies from Ivan Nachevsky, and now Dylan Mitchell matching him. Some work from the custodians.
Now it opens up again for APIA. They've enjoyed the best of this last 5 or so minutes. Here's Pandurovic.
We saw Taneski hit that post at the same end in the second half, and now the other substitute, this time for APIA, Matty West.
Here is Ferguson for Manly. Tedeschi has some space ahead of him. Parisi tracking him down, does well in cover. So we're almost there, the end of the first period of extra time. If you were critical of the chances in the 90 minutes, a very different story so far in extra time. Here's Matsura. Can Manly find a goal late on? Majewski comes and saves well. Kurt Ams looks at the watch. And that will do us. Half time in extra time. And it is as we started. 0-0. We still await a goal, but Tony Tanous, we have come pretty close.
Yeah, I think that was an excellent first half of extra time from APIA. APIA, they really turned it around. I think Manly had all the momentum at the start of, at the end of full time, but some great chances there. I think Dylan Mitchell pulling off a couple of great saves, and the post there from Matty West as well. But you've seen the likes of Sakia, you've seen the likes of Parisi, and even Matty West making a bit of an impact now. And you saw the shots on target at full time was 8-2 in Manly's favour. And you look at the stats now, and they're even 8-all. APIA now on top of the possession as well. So look, it's just a fascinating game. So the first half was very cagey, but I feel that as this game has gone on, it's just got more intriguing.
And speaking of intrigue, we are going to get a change. The final one for APIA. And it's going to be Corey Bixo to make way, and Dejan Pandurovic to be withdrawn for Manly. So Sam Wilson on for him. That is a big change from Warren Grieve. No more Pandurovic. Sam Wilson on. And for Manly, Dominic Cox to replace Corey Bixo.
And we saw Bixo down, towards the end of that full-time period, and he was cramping up big time. So, for him to get another 15 minutes out of that body, those legs, he is absolutely spent. He was doubled up every time, had a terrific game, and so too did Pandurovic. But Wilson, big opportunity for him. He was terrific towards the end of the season, and he gets his chance now.
So game on again in extra time. 15 minutes to find a winner. If not, we go to penalties. It was the route last weekend for Manly. And are we seeing perhaps those heavy legs, courtesy of the 120-minute effort at Cromer Park last Saturday night?
Chalakian went a bit more quiet in that first period of extra time. He was so good in the second half. And you're right, maybe they are starting to tire Manly, having to back up for 2 120-minute games.
Wilson steaming in off the bench. He'll want a free kick, but Kurt Ams says play on. Sama has stolen here. Capuzzo, unlike him, what fatigue can do. Simmons finds Parisi. Still going the midfielder. Wants support. They've asked Simmons too much to do. He can't get there.
Yeah, Simmons was looking for the ball over the top in behind, and it was slightly overhit there from Parisi. Simmons is almost on his last legs too. He is so tired.
I thought they may withdraw him as he was coming to the sideline as they were making the change. There was a discussion in the end. They did go with Bixo.
But your point earlier about Dominic Cox having to race back to get his boots, well, they're needed.
Yeah,
he might even be required from the spot kicks, you never know.
Had to make the dash. Here is that man, Cox. Can he find a winner? Can they be magic books? Here's Cox. Mitchell makes a good save again. If you didn't hear the news earlier, had to race back home to the eastern suburbs, forgot the boots. Tell you what, Nelly came up trumps then.
Yeah, last minute call up, and probably wasn't expecting to feature. He might even be the hero here. That would be some story.
Here is Sakia. For Sean O'Connell, a late withdrawal for APIA this afternoon. Chalakian, Sama. Chalakian couldn't quite get on the end of things, but the throw will go to Manly.
Yeah, it was Cox and O'Connell who did play in that FFA Cup round of 16 game in the centre of midfield, and it looked like O'Connell was ahead of him in the pecking order. He was the player earmarked for the bench tonight, but obviously ill, and Cox comes in at the last minute.
Sakia fighting hard again. And there's the shirt tug, and the card's coming for Sama. So he goes into the book. I was going to say a tired challenge, but he was a late substitution. Couldn't match the pace of Sakia.
And it looks like with that substitution, Sakia has gone over to that right-hand side. So Parisi, Cox is sitting in the midfield alongside the Puzzo, and Parisi's gone into that number 10 role behind Matty West, and Sakia's gone over to that right-hand side.
Here's Simmons, the tired touch, the tired legs, has not stopped working today. Sean Simmons, it's been a battle with Paul. There you see it, the pass cut out. Didn't have enough on it. Matsura, however, that's worked tirelessly. Paul has some space. Pick out Taneski. Well done though by Lundy.
Yeah, with that sub, Taneski has come over to the right-hand side. Sam Wilson on the left for Manly. That is his preferred position. So Taneski
all overlapping, gets to the byline. Josh Simmons did it well though. Send it long, trying to find West. West has got no one ahead of him. Here we have the numbers. They should win out. Ortred. Sama, misread by Simmons. Here's a chance for Manly. Marco Sama trying to find Paul. He went down in the area. Apia got enough players back to deal with it.
Yeah, David Tapuzzo, captain's knock. Terrific work in defensive transition to get back.
Can they hit on the counter? Simmons has West with him. Parisi. Ortred cuts it out. A couple of times this afternoon, Simmons just made the error at the crucial time.
And he's been the player with so much run all season, but he has looked fairly fatigued throughout this extra time period. Sucking them in at the moment. And don't discount him though, he's still got the quality. Can he produce something?
That's it, you only need a moment to win a grand final. We've seen some special goals this season out of Sean Simmons. Does he have a bit more magic left? Here's Parisi. Is this the moment for Apia? They win a corner. No cries for handball. Waved away. Set piece again for Apia.
Started off a bit shaky, the central defenders, Egger and Orchard, but haven't they been superb from about the 10th minute on? They've just been terrific in the heart of that defence for Manly. Egger, of course, his mum, technical director of the women's program, and they had a late win in that grand final. Can they get one here?
So Parisi to take for Apia, drives it forward. Josh Simmons is there. Moata Marlo. Forced to Sakia. Chalakian wins it for Manly. Ortred, the central defender, running forward. We'll clear things for Apia. Simmons, free kick will go to Manly. Marco Sama, the man. Has to be careful too. He is on a card. It's the last thing Manly need. Simmons trying to find West. Mitchell comes. Oh, he hasn't got there. Does it the second time of asking. Hearts flutter around Leichhardt Oval.
Fortunate that it landed in front of him and not behind him, because Matty West was thereabouts, sniffing for the pieces.
So 8.5 minutes remain in extra time. If we do not find a goal, we go to penalties to decide our champion in 2017. Here's Taneski. Nice feet from him. Want to beat Lundy. Has he done enough to win a corner? He has.
West coming forward here. West. Manly with the opportunity. West coming back to sort of lend some support in the box. Lob coming across for the corner. He's delivered some beauties throughout the semi-final series. Can he get one on the head of Egger or another of the Manly players? Orchard's in there.
You can hear the crowd trying to lift their side. Lob sends it in to the far post. Egger's there again. And it's Machevsky who tidies up. And Parisi has some room to move. Doesn't have a lot of support forward. Will do it on his own. Has Sakia now. Pass wasn't to its intended target. Marco Sama forced to chase this. Lundy getting across. Almost worked out for Sama. APIA get the throw though. There are some tired players out. Some of the body language of these players, hands on hips.
Yeah, Ego went up for the header at that set piece and took him about 2 minutes to get off the ground. He was looking for a breather. So many tired players. This has been a real grand final war of attrition, I feel. Both teams ebb and flow. One's got the momentum, the other's been able to wrestle it back. At the moment, Manly trying to push on. Second half of extra time.
Tedeschi just left it short for Paul. Gordam says play on. Sean Simmons has it. It's 1 on 3 though. West trying to help him out. Good tackle again in cover from Paul. And Simmons will go into the book.
Wow, that's frustration. Paul's been sweating on him all night. And on that occasion, Simmons thought he got ahead of Kieran Paul. But what a recovery. Talk about the fitness. We saw him score a goal late in the game against Sydney Olympic when he made a run. You know, when few other players, there was no, you know, players were struggling out on their legs, and Kieran Paul just shows you how fit he is. Made that run deep in that game.
It was he that didn't stop last weekend at Cromer Park. There's a free kick for Manly though, no. And the Manly bench have raced off it.
Yeah, Sam Wilson getting to it ahead of Millgate there.
It's APIA on the attack. They can only turn it over. It was a tired touch. Now APIA get a free kick.
And they wanted to play on there. They wanted the advantage. Cox upended and Simmons wanted the advantage, but Kurt Arms calling it back.
It was Egger who gave away possession and committed the foul. So chance for APIA at the free kick. Just under 5.5 minutes remain in extra time. Parisi to take. Sends it forward. Moatamalo's there. Will it fall for APIA? Ortred gets it away.
Desperate defending.
Everywhere you look today, he's been pretty close to the scene. APIA still have it. Here's Sakia. Drifts it in. Oh, flick off from Simmons! Oh, it's dropped by Mitchell! And West couldn't put it in.
Can you believe that? The near post flick on, and you thought Matty West was ready to pounce and poach it away. But somehow Dylan Mitchell was able to fall and gather on that ball, and what an opportunity for APIA.
Well, it has been centimetres. As Manly try to take something here. Nachevsky off his line to call the threat of Wilson. Hardly chance to catch breath here at Leichhardt Oval. How don't we have a goal? We have had plenty of chances, cleared off the line. The woodwork has been hit 3 or 4 times today.
And the keepers, how good have they been?
Time continues to tick. Lundy surging forward for APIA. Manly getting players behind the ball. Lundy working hard. Now Lundy trying to size it up. Always going over. Not a bad effort though.
Yeah, good effort. Positive work from Brandon Lundy. Nothing on down that left-hand side. Can't get past Kieran Paul. So he cuts in field. And we're getting a look at that opportunity. How did Matty West not tuck that away? Oh, just behind him. Unfortunate for APIA. And Mitchell was able to recover and fall on it.
Yeah, it was an incredible recovery. You saw it, the second effort of Mitchell. Just knocked it away from Cox, but... Sorry, West I should say, but somehow we don't have a goal. We are getting closer and closer to penalties unless APIA or Manly can change it. Simmons, a man that can certainly do that. Trying to play in Sakia. Done at the back by the Manly captain though in lob. Ferguson will just send it long. Under 3 minutes left in extra time. Raposo. Somehow it's the experienced players with the legs. Nice work from Cox. Simmons thought he might try it. Plays in West. Here's a chance for APIA. Mitchell makes a save again.
Yeah, he doesn't need a second invitation, Matty West, to take the shot there. Unfortunately for APIA on that occasion, straight at Dylan Mitchell, but a good bit of build-up through the midfield, getting it into the target man. And we're going to have a bit of treatment here for an APIA Manly player has gone down.
Yeah, Dylan Mitchell just kicking the ball out so he can get treatment. We'll try and pick up the number there.
Dom Ferguson.
Yeah, I think you're right. And the bad news for Manly is they don't have any changes.
Yeah, I wonder if Warren Greaves thinking of giving him a pen. There's still a couple of minutes to go before we have to think about penalties, but I'm sure the coaches have done their plans ahead of this game. They would have no doubt spent some time practicing. We know that APIA trained here at Leichhardt Oval a couple of times throughout the week just to get familiar with the conditions.
And of course, Manly went to the shootout last weekend against Rockdale to book their place in the grand final, but they will have to come up with some different penalty takers. Dejan Pandurovic took one. In fact, scored. He is off. And Mitchell Rook, who's not part of the squad today, he actually missed in the shootout. So they need to come up with a couple more penalty takers. That's if we get there. We'll play some injury time, you think, with that injury to Ferguson. Here's Parisi. Is there some late drama at Leichhardt? Sakia. Lob skews his clearance, but will be just a throw. So into the final minute of normal time in extra time. Fourth official ready to tell us how long left here at Leichhardt. Parisi. He finds Simmons. Surely now it would win it. Mitchell makes a confident save again. 2 minutes of added time in extra time. So we are almost to penalties to decide this one.
Simmons with that crossing opportunity. He's hit the spot so many times this season. That occasion not quite coming off.
Tamalo just sees that one over under the pressure of Sama. Well, have coaches coming into this thought of penalties, or?
Yeah, absolutely. They would have no doubt planned for this, and this would have been part of their contingencies. Obviously, they would have wanted to sort it out within the 90 minutes, but certainly you plan ahead, and it wouldn't surprise me if they've done some practice throughout the week from the spot.
Here is West for APIA. Still time for them to grab a winner. Cox surging forward. They have a corner, APIA.
Encouragement from the bench. Looks like Josh Simmons coming forward. Nathan Milgate and Themba Moatamalo as well.
So the final seconds tick away of the 2017 season. Can APIA win it here? Parisi sends it in. It was Milgate winning the header. Manly get it clear. Here is Cox. We'll try to put it back in the mixer. It's all Manly there though. Marco Sama instructing his teammates just to slow it down. Nothing silly. Manly have the throw.
Yeah, good work from Milgate there just to snuff out that transition counter-attacking moment. Looking to hit Sam Wilson down the left. Manly, but Milgate getting to it.
There you go, put under a little bit of pressure late on. Lob just sends it clear. Taneski still in. Lundy hasn't quite done enough. Taneski with it. He sense this is the last play in this one. Paul driving forward. Can he be the hero? Oh, Nacheski makes the save.
He looks the freshest player out there, Kieran Paul.
Now it's West trying to be a nuisance. Sakia. Not dealt with though at the back by Manly. Have they invited APIA in for one last roll of the dice? Simmons, here's a chance for Sakia. What a tackling cover by Dom Ferguson.
Superb bit of holding midfield play. The defence was scattered for Manly, and that's where you need your central midfielders dropping in, and terrific work from Dom Ferguson.
Well, this is surely the last chance for APIA. Time is up at Leichhardt. Can they win it here? Sean Simmons with the delivery. Mitchell's come. Manly do enough for now. Tapuzzo puts it in again, but it's a tired touch. And surely now we're going to penalties.
Yeah, looks like we've just about at the 2 minutes plus, in fact, and
there it is, full time in extra time in the 2017 Grand Final, and we are off to the shootout for the second straight week. It's how Manly booked their place in the Grand Final. APIA Leichhardt and Manly will go to the spot to decide our champion in 2017. We're going to take a quick break. On the other side, we'll crown our champions from the penalty spot.
Vekic sorting out his wall, just making a slight adjustment. He's covering that side where Eunice scored a fortnight ago. Don't rule out Diaz. He does leave it for Eunice though. Robbie Eunice! Oh, he's done it again! Showing all of his class. A special free kick from Robbie Eunice, who scores goals for fun. And it's a priceless one on Grand Final day for Bonnyrigg. They lead 1-0.
Well, I mentioned he's a big game player. It's been the theme of the day, and well, Grand Finals are made for Robbie Eunice. He scored in 2013, and he scored on the last day this season as well. And well, hasn't he come to life come finals time? He was challenged all season. He was left on the bench for a large part of it. And what a response! And well, I think that's what Bonnyrigg deserve. To be fair, I think they've controlled things.
Blacktown have perhaps set their stall out to defend what they have. Sueda's ball in. Might drop for Tomaras. Oh, what a goal! What a goal from Christos Tomaras! On the volley, an absolute peach. And we are tied up at 1-1 in the Grand Final.
Well, Nenad Vekic, he's been brilliant this afternoon. I don't know what he could have done about that. Tomaras, we mentioned he scored the winning penalty last weekend. Well, what a fortnight he's having. And what a game we have here. It's all Olympic. And Christos Tomaras hits it, and it's destined for the top corner as soon as he hits it. 1-1.
Well, that's just wonderful technique from Christos Tomaras. Nenad Vekic did not even smell it.
Yes, hello and welcome back to Leichhardt Oval. And you've come at an important time. Penalty shootout, 0-0 between APIA and Manly after extra time. APIA to go first in the shootout. There you see it. The stats after 120 minutes. Somehow we didn't see a goal. There were plenty of chances. Now it will be decided from the spot. And it's going to be Franco Parisi to lead us off for APIA.
Yeah, the post down that end's been hit a couple of times in the second half of normal time, and then extra time, Tineski and then Matty West. And hopefully for both sides, there's no posters here.
Parisi, so experienced. He's played in the Hyundai A-League and into big matches. Pressure well and truly at its highest point this afternoon. Dylan Mitchell has made some important saves. Has he got any in the tank for this one? See a healthy Manly contingent behind the goal. Make life difficult for Parisi. Kernan's making him wait as well. If you are just joining us and don't know, Manly booked their grand final spot in a penalty shootout last weekend. So Franco Parisi to lead us off for APIA. Up against Dylan Mitchell. Here is Parisi, and he scores.
Yeah, kept his composure. Sent the keeper the wrong way. Dylan Mitchell diving to his right. And that's a great start for APIA from their experienced man Parisi.
Mitchell made 2 saves last weekend against Rockdale. Not on that occasion. And it's Brendan Chalakian. He led off the shootout last week against Rockdale. He scored from the spot. It's a different story here, though. He's got Ivan Nichevsky to beat. Hero for APIA so far. It is Chalakian for Manly, and he scores 1-1.
Yeah, 2 terrifically taken penalties so far. I always like seeing the technicians step up, and you notice the first 2 penalties taken by 2 very technical players, Parisi and Chalakian, and tucked away beautifully.
Well, penalties, I say 90% mental. And when you're tired, on a big stage like this, it is hard to clear the mind. Josh Simmons trying to do that here for APIA. There's a hush around Leichhardt. Josh Simmons for APIA. 1-1 in the shootout. Simmons up against Mitchell. Here is Simmons, is saved! He was the hero against Rockdale, and Dylan Mitchell denies Josh Simmons.
Yeah, super flying save from Dylan Mitchell to his left there. Picking the right way, reading Josh Simmons' attempted penalty. What a save.
So it is Dom Ferguson now for Manly to put them in front in the shootout. Does Nichevsky have a save in him here? Here is Ferguson. He does score. So Manly have the advantage.
Puts the foot through it. Dom Ferguson was terrific defensively. Nichevsky going the wrong way, and he's getting a yellow card here. Bit of verbals after that. Penalty.
So this is a crucial penalty now for Temba Muatamalo. Pressure rising on APIA. Been so good this season. But it's Manly who takes control of the shootout for now. They are willing this in around Leichhardt. Here is Muatamalo for APIA, and he scores. Good penalty.
Yeah, went high. Mitchell went the wrong way. And a bit of relief there for APIA.
It is Kieran Paul now for Manly, who scored last weekend in the shootout against Rockdale. Can he maintain Manly's advantage? Up against Ivan Nichevsky. Here is Kieran Paul, and it's saved by Nichevsky.
Goes the same way that Dylan Mitchell went, to his left. And Kieran Paul, he's had a terrific season. He's had a terrific game. And that's such an unfortunate way for him from the penalty spot. But we're level here, 2-2.
He hasn't put a foot wrong before now, Kieran Paul. It is Brandon Lundy. He can make it 3-2 to APIA and put them back in front. Or can Dylan Mitchell save again? Here is Lundy for APIA. Mitchell does save.
The left side for the keepers proving the spot at the moment. Dylan Mitchell's made 2 saves down to his left. Nichevsky's made 1. And Manly advantage to Manly.
Well, twists and turns. All of a sudden it locked to send them to the grand final. Last weekend in the shootout. He can put them back in front. And put all the pressure back on APIA. Here is Lob for Manly. He scores! 3-2 to Manly.
Superbly taken penalty, hitting the inside of the side netting. The skipper steps up.
And
what a season it's been.
Matthew West, he must score. The 5th penalty for APIA. They trail 3-2 in the shootout. If he misses, Manly are the champions. Mitchell has saved twice, as he did against Rockdale. Can he do it a 3rd time? Here is West for APIA. He scores.
Relief for now for the APIA fans.
And well, Nicola Taneski, the man for Manly. If he scores from the spot, they are champions. You mentioned it when he came on, Tony. The script is written. He missed out last year. So Nicola Taneski against Nachevsky. It's been a 22-year wait for Manly. Can Taneski end it here? He can! Manly are the champions in 2017. They've been made to wait. But it's been worth the wait. A penalty shootout in the most dramatic fashion. And Dylan Mitchell is the hero. Just like last weekend against Rockdale. And look at what it means to them.
Phenomenal finish to the season. Phenomenal finish from the spot from Taneski. Manly United, they won the women's NPL 2 weeks ago. And now the men. 1995 was the last time. And it's been some season for Warren Grieve and his men. And to finish it off in a tense penalty shootout, you have to feel sorry for APIA. Their wait continues.
Well, it's been some story. Warren Grieve and his men have had to work hard to get here. The second half of the season, they have been surging. Just one defeat in their last 11 matches. It was to APIA. But it was a different story today. And, well, it can be a cruel game at times. There were just inches in it for both sides to win it in normal time and then extra time. Sadly decided from the spot, but it's Dylan Mitchell. Both keepers were brilliant today. He made important saves when it mattered. And they will party on the northern beaches. There's a little bit of afters as well between some players. Don't want to...
APIA are obviously very shattered. So much has gone into this season for them. And they wanted to do the double. And that stat that we mentioned earlier, Adam, the team that finishes the Premier so often doesn't go on to win the championship. Only twice now in 11 years. And continuing the trend we've seen here at Leichhardt the last couple of years.
APIA, we said, made to wait since 2003. They'll have to wait a little longer. It's been an incredible season for them, finishing top of the National Premier League's New South Wales men's. We are going to go downstairs to Serene Damaki.
I'm here with Dylan Mitchell, goalkeeper of Manly United and the 2017 NPL New South Wales men's grand final champions. Dylan, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Yeah, wow.
You have, so the 22-year drought is broken. How does it feel?
I'm still a bit surreal, to be honest. I've been at the club about 10 years now, done about 7 at first grade, and we've come through a couple of really tough years to build what we've done. And that's massive credit to Paul D, who originally started a couple of years ago, and Warren Grieve, Bob Catlin, Andrew Christensen. The boys have just really lifted through it, and now we're a club that players want to come to, and it's awesome to see. Being a local boy, I love the beaches. So.
Oh, well done. And how will you guys be celebrating?
Well, I'm going to have about 2,000 schooners, and then I'm going to Europe with Scotty Balderson in 2 weeks, and yeah, I'll see you pre-season, Bob.
Oh, enjoy the riches. Well done. Enjoy your trip as well. Thanks a lot, Dylan. I'll let you get on with it, eh? Thanks a lot for chatting with me.
Yeah, thank you, Serene, there with the hero, Dylan Mitchell. And a look at his Instagram during the week, Dylan Mitchell. It said his two loves were beer and football. I think he'll be having a few beers tonight after that performance.
Yeah, look, a terrific performance. I think he was, there were moments there where he was quiet, but he was when he was called on, he did his job perfectly.
All right, well, Serene has another star for Manly today. Let's send it down to her. She has Brendan Chalakian.
I'm here with Brendan Chalakian from Manly United winners today. How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm lost for words at the moment. It's an unbelievable feeling. Not just the streak we went on to get here, but the effort everyone put in today, everyone in the squad, the coaching staff. it's something that we've been working all year for, and even the past couple of seasons, and I feel like we deserved it today, and just thankful that we got the win.
Absolutely, congratulations. And look, really succinctly and in summary, take us through just how you felt from the beginning right through to the end. How were your feelings, that roller coaster?
Oh, to be honest, I was pretty confident. APIA played really well today. We got lucky a couple of times, but I felt like that they got lucky with a couple of chances we had. I always knew we would win it, to be honest. I was confident in the lads, and like I said, the winning streak we were on, I just had a feeling we needed one more win.
Good on you. Congratulations. Go enjoy it with the boys. Thanks.
Yeah, there you see Brendan Chalakian really turned it on when the game was up for grabs in that extra time. It was he that looked the lively for Manly.
Yeah, certainly injected himself throughout that second half when they started to get on top. And, we felt Manly probably started to run out of legs a bit in extra time, but he was very influential, especially in that second half, I felt, as Manly got on top. APIA, though, how they're going to pick themselves up. They've got the NPL finals next week, and they're going to have to certainly pick themselves up.
Yeah, it has been a stellar season for APIA, but some missed opportunities. Of course, the Waratah Cup final defeated by Hakoah, now in the grand final. Out of the FFA Cup, falling to Blacktown City FC. So some disappointment in recent weeks, but you can't take too much away from them. There you see the stats throughout 120 minutes. I know I've harped on it, but I don't know how we didn't see a goal.
And I felt that APIA finished the stronger. We saw a stat earlier in the game where Manly were 8 shots to 2, and that showed the domination of Manly. But I thought APIA, Manly started to tire, but they just couldn't apply that killer final. We saw a couple of chances to Matty West as well.
Yeah, we do have to mention too, Manly did it the hard way to get here. They did go to extra time against Rockdale last Saturday, went to a penalty shootout, and I mentioned that stat before. The last team to win from 4th on the ladder was Sydney United in 2006, and they booked their place exactly the same way Manly did it. They won the preliminary final by a penalty shootout. They did it a little bit easier on grand final day back then, 4-0 they won, but Manly will take it anyway, and there will be some scenes on the Northern Beaches, I think. 22-year wait, 1995 the last time defeating Blacktown City FC on that occasion. And we're going to take a break here. Ceremony to come, and we'll have the presentation with Manly and a little bit more from down on the field. A break from us. We will return with the celebration to come.
Got players ahead of him. Pandurovic going to go on his own though. Taneski, he's got some room to move. Nikola Taneski! What a strike that is! Oh, it's something special. Have a lot of support. He's going to have to go on his own. He's still there in the area. Cox! Oh, what a goal! Control. Got support.
For Nike, Puma, the New South Wales Government, Ultra Football and Powerade for the invaluable and much appreciated support. To all the supporters, thank you for coming out here today. You were certainly treated to a magnificent grand final. And if you want to watch it all again, which I'm sure some of you will want to, the full match replay will be available shortly after the conclusion of this ceremony at nplnsw.com.au. The first award to be presented today is the Robbie Slater Man of the Match Award. The Man of the Match Award was named after Robbie Slater to honour the tough tackling attacking midfielder who spent his early years developing as a footballer in New South Wales before pursuing a hugely successful career overseas. To present the Robbie Slater Medal, I'd now like to introduce a legend of Australian football, the 1974 Socceroos coach, Mr. Rally Rasic. And the winner of the Robbie Slater Man of the Match Award from Manly United is Dylan Mitchell. Dylan, would you like to say a few words?
I just sculled a beer, so I don't feel great. But, no, look, credit to APIA. That was a hell of a battle, boys. 2 clean sheets after 120 minutes. You've got to be happy with that. Yeah, no, to be honest, Peach is boy and proud. I can't believe where we've brought the club in the last 6 years I've been there. It's something that Paul D started with Bob Catlin, and it's something that Warren Grieve, Andrew Christensen, Steve the Fears, we've got to give shout out to Steve and everyone at Manly, Eda, 12, like all you guys, Wombat, you guys, yeah, every day we come down to the club, we absolutely love it. So, yeah, massive shout out to the club, and holy crap, we just won a grand final. Unbelievable.
Please put your hands together once again for the Robbie Slater medalist, Dylan Mitchell. If we can now turn our attention to acknowledging the referees who officiated today's grand final. And I'd like to introduce Football New South Wales CEO, Mr. Stuart Hodge, to present the referees with their medals. Starting with the referee, Kurt Ams. The assistant referees, Matthew McCorrist and Yanusha Dabju. And the fourth official, Chris Griffiths-Jones. Thank you once again to today's match officials. I'd now like to introduce Football New South Wales Director, Mr. Louis Apostolowski, to assist with the presentation of the runners-up medals. And if I could please have a round of applause for the APIA Leichhardt Tigers, this season's premiers and today's runners-up. And could I call on APIA's captain, Davey DiPuzzo, to come and say a few words and to introduce the squad. Ladies and gentlemen, the premiers and the runners-up, the APIA Leichhardt Tigers.
Congratulations, Manly. You know, a tough-fought final, and it's always difficult losing on penalties. But you know, it was. I guess that's the only way the result's going to be decided. I think both teams were pretty level today, and it was a tough match. To our boys, it's been a long year. We've still got the NPL Cup to go the next couple of weeks. It's disappointing our second finals loss, but you know, heads up, and we'll work hard for next year. Yeah. Frankie Parisi. Sean Simmons. Josh Simmons. Ivan Nastevsky. Tanya. Temba Latamalo. Can't even say it. Matthew West. Brandon Lundy. Nathan Milgate. Corey Bixo. Adrian Nuccino. Dom Cox. Tasuku Sakia. Adrian Vlastelica, Luke Turnbull, Sean O'Connell, Jordan Murray, Paul Galimi. Daniel Cummins, coach. Johnny, assistant. Bruno, keeper coach. Where's Bruno? Bruno.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together once again for David DiPuzzo and for the premiers and runners-up, the APIA Leichhardt Tigers. And now, could I call the captain of Manly United, Jamie Lobb, to come and say a few words and to introduce the men's ones champions for this season.
Thank you. Firstly, DC and the APIA boys, it's always a tough way to go out, Pens. You've got to give credit to APIA. They were the team to beat this year. They finished first for a reason, over 50 goals. And all the best in the NPL finals, boys. I know it's always a hard way to go out. Football New South Wales, thank you for putting on such a fantastic day. I know we don't realise how much effort goes into setting up a day like this, but mate, credit to everyone involved. It was fantastic. A massive thank you to the Manly United faithful. Turned out in huge numbers. Have been with us all year. And credit for coming out and making the distance today. Cheers. Our sponsors, a special mention for the Platinum Restaurant Group, Whitewater, beautiful food, great destinations, make sure you get out there. Bendigo Community Bank at Freshwater and the Manly Warringah Football Association, who are constantly supporting Manly United and everyone involved. We appreciate your help. To the board, the office staff, thanks for your support. We love each and every one of you. You've put your faith in us this year, and hopefully this is a bittersweet. We're returning back with the cup. Coaching staff was Bob, Christo, Adam, Ida, Stephen. The list goes on. You're fantastic. You've done a great job, and this is definitely for you guys. I'll get the players up. Dejan Pendurovic. Kieran Paul. Dom Ferguson. Sam Wilson. Sasha Matsura. Marco Summer. Scotty Balderson. Travis Orchard. Brendan Chalakian. Sean Catlin. Dylan Mitchell. Nicola Tedeschi. Lee Eggar. Joey Joseph Fox. Travis Cooper. Dylan McAllister. Saipan Bertie. Reese Williams. Rory Spears. Aidan Hancock. And myself. Warren Greaves. Mitchell Rook. Can't forget Rookie.
And just one final part of the presentation. Receiving the trophy from a legend of Australian football, Mr. Rally Rasic. Eventually. Ladies and gentlemen, your champions, grand final winners, Manly United! Everyone who's turned up today, thank you to Mr. Rally Rasic for your assistance with the presentations. Thank you for your attendance today, everybody, and have a good night. And congratulations once again to Manly United.